No one knows how hard life is better than me. I fully understand how difficult it is, the challenges that it brings, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I know that there's days where the struggle to just get out of bed is difficult. To put one foot in front of the other is difficult. To ask for help is difficult. To admit that you have a problem is difficult. To cry on the inside and smile on the outside is difficult. I know what it's like to have thoughts that don't align with what people will call normal, what people would say is sane, to wonder, are you going to be alone in this battle? I say all that to say this. You are not alone in this battle. There are people in this community who is willing to ride with you and do the best that they can. There are people in your family. There are friends, strangers, people who are just waiting to see your smile, hear your voice, and tell you that they was happy that they ran into you today. They were happy to hear your voice, that they was meaning to call you, and they was happy you gave them a phone call. I learned that perspective changes everything. And given most current events that's happened most recently, I've learned that the matter of time itself is more valuable than ever. So if you're one of them people who are thinking of harming yourself or harming somebody else, you just simply got to dial 3 numbers. What used to be a long 1-800 and 1866 is now 3 simple numbers: 988. Let me be the first to tell you that I believe in you, that I know that you are stronger than you think you are, that I know that you are a survivor. I'm just asking you to do it one more day. One more day and stay, because tomorrow needs you. Now let's talk football.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Pride Nation, what's going on? I'm back at it again. It's been a while. A lot has happened since I last was on. I had so many plans to come on and be talking throughout that week, and obviously the 9 to 5 got in the way. It truly tested my patience, but it is what it is. You know, it's had me rethinking some things. Let me put it that way. So, I'm excited to be back because a lot has happened. I'm sure people want to know what my thoughts are on many of the latest transactions and things like that. And I got some strong opinions. You know, again, my goal is to take emotion out of it and simply look at the objective side of it. And that's what my goal is. Let's see who's in the building with me. I'm going to try to get maybe an hour and a half in here on the show, 2, depending on how it's going. But I want to make sure I give people opportunity to jump in and talk their talk. We got my man Go Lions in the building who says, what up, though? Taco Tuesday. What up, though? We got my man Joel C that says, let's go. Finally going to be home in time for a live show. Can't wait to hear your post-free agent thoughts. We can always count on Luke to have some well thought out opinions, whether we agree or not. This is the truth. I'm going to give it to you the hardest way. Big T in the building. He says, been wondering what your thoughts on who we signed. We had then. And then you went MIA. It was work, man. Work is what it is. Shout out to my man Perry Ball, who says Luke bring up good football conversation things. The Lions fan base gets emotional and defensive. Yeah, to get to the emotions out of it, I believe. We got my man Looney Tunes in the building. Mark Mellis in the building. Lions fan Express, who's over there doing his thing on his channel. Go and check it out if you have not done so. It's literally like as you see right there, Lions Fan Express. Check out the channel. We got One Pride 40, Midwest Lion is in the building, Chrome is in the building, That Fan Man is in the building. My man is my brother from another mother who has a better bald head and is better looking. My man Anthony from over Roar the Lions UK says, Reverend Luke, I needed a sermon from you. To the people who are trashing Jameson for liking an Instagram post, go patty on them, please. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm trying to be good today. I'm trying to be good today. 1991 Matt Stagg is in the building with us. We got my man Don 19 in the building with us. James Winfield, Motown Football is also in the building with us. And if you are in here, simply drop a middle finger or something for all I care. Just let me know so I can see your name and give you a shout out for rocking with me. I appreciate it 100%. We got my man, the Blue Boogeyman, in the building. Listen. It's a big mystery on who the Lions are going to draft at 6 to 18. I don't think so. Not one iota, Big T. I think it's becoming more and more clear on what the Lions are getting ready to do, and I think many Lions fans are not going to be happy about it. And that reality is going to get brought up. So let me catch up. Since I last was on, the Lions have brought in a few other free agents. I'll give you my thoughts on each one of those people and then let you know how I feel about it. What's going on, Gino? What's going on, baby? I see my man Hank 313 Detroit Lions blood in the building. What it do? All right, so the Lions have signed Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Here's my thoughts on it. Love the signing. I know a lot of people assumed that he was going to safety. I think he's going to be our nickel corner. That's my personal opinion. He's played it before, and I think they're going to use him in that way. Every now and then he'll rotate to that spot, but I think he's going to be our nickel corner. Why do I like the signing? Because in my opinion, I'm looking for players with a high level of play that's consistent. Now, I would be lying if I didn't tell you that I have some concerns. And one of those concerns is he has not played a full season his entire career. And that's just the reality of it. It still fits the same mantra that, we're bringing in people that many people are not going to understand. But to me, that's what it boils down to. That this is something that I believe that they're going to look at and say, you know what? We're going to take our chances with him. I know there was a lot of conversations about, he got character concerns. And I'm like, what character concerns? When did those come up? This is a guy that they knew from over when he's in New Orleans. This is nothing new. So I was excited when we got Chauncey Gardner. And I hate to say this, y'all, but it's year 3, and that's the first high quality free agent defensive player we brought in. Oh, Luke, you're kidding me. What about Sutton? Listen, I think y'all need to pump the brakes on Sutton, take the emotion out. I know things were bad last year, but I told you that. I told you that things were bad. I told you that we need to address the secondary, and everybody went, just get the D-line together. Well, that didn't work. We didn't have cap space, but we did. And so at the end of the day, people don't understand it. Now, on top of them making the Chauncey Gardner sign, which I'm like, okay, cool. They signed Jalen Reeves-Maybin, and I lost my shit. And that's the truth. Like, why? Oh, he's a special teams ace. I don't want to hear that. People I had to talk to about Chris Board and how and what he brings. Them same people don't even bring up Chris Board no more. They completely deviated from the Chris Board conversation that they was trying to convince me of and disappeared. Many of them still come around. I know who they are. I keep receipts. But, come on. We're talking about a player that should not be here. I don't care about, we got to get special teams guys. Cool. Spend that money on somebody else. Because what's going to end up happening is he's going to end up somehow being on our linebacker lineup, playing in games. And I don't want to see that. He brings no value to the team. And it's disgusting to me at the level of how people are praising every freaking thing Brad Holmes do. Now, I don't know about most people, but for me, I have never seen a person who's batting 1,000. Never. And yet, everything we do, we get excited about it. And I'm not trying to kill the man. I'm just saying, good grief. Shout out to my man D. Williams in the building. Yeah, there's a Chris Board conversation. I had people come on here and tell me what Chris Board going to bring and how they going to use him. And then meanwhile, he persisted to go on to be a special teams guy that we overpaid. Didn't start nowhere else, but started here. But this whole, I'm watching, I'm reading the comments. I watched Jalen Reeves-Maybin get more praise than Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Oh, Luke, you over-exaggerating. Bullshit. I'm just being honest. That's BS. Everything that's happening, I'm starting to see a picture. And that's why when this idea of who we're taking at 6 and 18 becoming more money is more clear to me because he's gearing up to take a damn quarterback at 6, and y'all about to have a cow. Think about it, right? Just look at it. If he signed Calais Campbell, do we still need another D tackle? Sure. Right? We still would need another one. But would you need one at 6? Nope. Nope. He's filled the running back spot with Montgomery. If he signs Calais Campbell, he's filled the D tackle spot. Everybody is, I guess, from what I'm seeing, believe that he's already filled and fixed the secondary. Many people are telling me that he don't like linebackers. So I guess I can scratch that off the list. You ain't taking a guard at 6. What else could you be taking at 6? A quarterback. This is what I'm looking at. What he's doing seemed to be there. I'm trying to get Patty Singletary club. I'm trying. I'm just looking at it. And I'm starting to really think to myself, yeah, I'm serious when I see this. It's looking like he's going to line up to take a quarterback. It's either quarterback or trade down. Them are your two options. I'm starting to wonder if he's already been turned off from Jalen Carter. I personally wouldn't be. But when you got Cansey as a second option, okay. I just know that Jalen Carter won't get past the Bears. I know that. And if he did, and he ends up on the Eagles, well, okay. Okay, I feel it. And so to me, I look at this as a whole and I say, what is all these moves doing? And I ask this question over and over again where I say, hey, have we done enough to stop the run game on defense? Have we done enough to do that? When everybody's out here getting hyped about the cornerbacks that I've been screaming about for what, 4 or 5 years now? What have we done enough to stop the run game? Have we done enough to stop a mobile quarterback? If we go up against a mobile quarterback right now, is there enough on defense to shut that down? Because it was a huge problem. I hate the Jalen Reed's Maven signing. I hate it. And the Lions better not draft a damn tight end because you wasted a pick on Williams already. You literally drafted a tight end last year. And he's having a hard time beating out Brock Wright and what's the other one named Zistro? How you ever pronounce his damn name? Shane, whatever his name is. He's having a hard time taking them down. Don't go out and add another damn tight end now. You traded one away. Cool. We all live with it. But I'll be damned if you finna take another one high. Everything looks like it's lining up for him to take a position that we're not talking about. And that's if he can't trade. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. Zylstra, thank you. Appreciate it, Black Spirit. That guy. You can't beat them out. You can't. And the problem that I'm having with this, as I go through and I look at all this stuff, I start to come to some hard conclusions. Because you know what I saw before they signed Chauncey Gardner? I saw that we spent $89 million in free agency. Right? Well, Luke, why is that important? Because this stuff makes no sense to me. I believe money a lot of times gives you an opportunity to correlate things and put them in perspective. Okay? I do. So in order for me to do that, I got to address that on top of a few other things. And then we're gonna get it popping. I'm also gonna drop the link in there. So if you want to jump in and yell at me, it is your world, squirrel. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get that nut, right? I'm not gonna kill you. I understand it. But I want you to understand that the conversation that we having today, like, I want y'all to make sure y'all understand that I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I want y'all to be clear that this conversation needs to be had. So let me just show y'all something, because to me, it's we're not talking about it. And if you look at anything that I do about my thumbnails, they are always clear about what I'm going to be talking about. And the reality is I'm talking about these two because this is where it's connected at. They have to make it work. One of them is making it a little bit more challenging, but they have to make it work. Okay. Now, let me bring this up. Okay. I got to bring this up because I don't want people to say I'm not being fair. I believe that I'm a fair person. All right. I want y'all to understand that right now, the Lions have $23 million in cap space. It's 23.7, right? I can give you the whole number, but who gives a care if I can do the whole number? All right. That's what they have in salary cap. All right. So to the people talking about, oh, we ain't got no money. He has done enough willing and dealing to restructure and get more money on top of what he did. All right. Now, this is the free agent spending. Free agency spending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. What the hell have the Lions spent $110 million on? I'm not being funny. I really need to know what the hell they spent this on. What free agent did we bring in worth $110 million? Chauncey Gardner, good pickup. David Montgomery, good pickup. For y'all who believe in it, Cam Sutton, good pickup. 3 players. Where the rest of this goddamn money at? Make it make sense for me. Because I'm trying to figure out where we're spending the money. Money that we supposedly don't have. And don't tell me we can't let this guy go and that guy go for culture, because those culture guys is gone. I told you culture starts with the head coach. It starts with the head coach and trickles into the organization and so forth and so on. So, yeah. Don't tell me that people who perform get paid. In some cases, yes. In some cases, not. But what do we spend $110 million on? And again, while asking that question, I still need an answer to, have we done enough to shut down run games? Have we done enough to shut down mobile quarterbacks? Because what I've been seeing is a fan base that has been damn near delusional. I tried, Anthony. I tried. I'm trying so hard. I'm really trying to make this make sense, though. I'm just trying to figure it out. Where did this money go? Think about this. $110 million spent in free agency. On what? Tell me what. What do we get for that? Is that the 2023 cap hit? Let me show you. Let me show you. Because I know sometimes people think I be tripping. I saw something else on here that disturbed me. This is literally the free agent spending, right? The next one shows the money spent based on positions and groups. Let me just show y'all something, people. Let me just make sure I do this right. Now, I found it interesting that a lot of the teams who were sucking in offense didn't spend a lot of money on offense. And in our case, right, we actually spent some money on offense. And for the people who hard to sin, let me make it bigger. All right. So we actually spent $121 million on offense. And ironically, look at the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm pretty sure that many of you will argue we had a top 10 offense last year. But let's talk about this side of the ball. Because this is the thing that we're not talking about. 1, 2, 3. $78 million on defense. Third worst. And I asked the question, have we done enough to stop a rushing attack? Have we done enough to stop a mobile quarterback? Is those cornerbacks that everybody hyping up, Mosley, Sutton, are they going to help us in the run? Are they going to help us in the pass? Because their defense has been the problem. And I bring this up because this is where I start to get into it a little bit, where I start to ask the question, have we done enough? That's what I need to know. I need to know, has enough been done? The link is already in the description. Feel free to jump in and help me make it make sense. I just need somebody to tell me, have we done enough? Don 19 is up first. What's going on, brother?
Not much. What's going on, brother?
Well, I'm here, man. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. I'm really asking questions. I'm trying to figure it out. And this is what lends itself to my view of our free agency so far, because at this point, you know, and I agree that Steve will make a good point that I guess we're gonna have to find out. But my thing is we've already have a fan base who's crowning this stuff. I have put a poll at the poll. I've seen other people pull up poll at the poll, and it's been overwhelmingly a high mark for everything. It's just great.
Well, hold on. I gotta disagree with you. It's not only this fan base, it's the media. Have you been watching the media lately on how they talk about the Detroit Lions?
Yep.
It's not only us. We're not the only crazy people.
Well. Let's be honest, right?
Okay.
Let's be honest. The media is going to do this, right? Because they're looking at certain circumstances, right? Which is going to lead into some other topics that I got to hit on today.
Okay.
But I need you to help me make this make sense, right? Like, well, I just need your help.
Well, I don't understand the offensive side because we only signed 2 people, so I don't understand how all that money is.
Because if you look at it, right? If you look at the contract that was given to Sutton, right? I think it was like 3 years, $33 million, right? Which averaged out to about $11 million a year if you did just a straight average. Obviously, he did a lot of backloading and stuff to free money up, right?
Right.
But I'm asking because this right here, I ain't just make this number up. Right. you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't just pull this number out of thin air. We have not spent money on defense. We certainly spent money on our offense as a whole, right? But but when I look at the free agent spending, right, where did this $110 million go? That's my question.
I have no clue. I know we short the secondary, but we really didn't do much on the defensive line, but brought back Bugs and Kaminsky, and that's like depth pieces. We still gonna go after a defensive tackle. I really believe that.
Well, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Now, I know that they are including, even retaining some of our own free agents and all that stuff, but I'm still trying to figure out where this money went, right? Like, you ever go into a store with a $5 bill and all you get was a quart of juice and you try to figure out why he gave you $1 back? Where's my money? It's what I'm trying to figure out. That's all I'm asking.
And Brad Holmes did say they looking to add 1 or 2 more players, so we'll see. We'll see.
Kobe believe it's fake. I listen. I have waited for it to change for a few times.
Right.
Now, Steve says, I still think Brad Holmes is going to make a move or 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. And
I agree too.
I hope that we both right.
Right.
But these numbers is not false, Kobe. I'm sorry. That's the real deal.
Yeah, I think we spend a good amount of money on defense, but that offense, I don't know where all that money came from.
A lot of the money on the offense is the O-line and quarterback. Between Goff, Ragnar, and Decker, it's like $60 million. Okay.
Oh, okay.
See?
Okay.
Okay, so I decided to do the same thing, right? I was like, okay, maybe that's what it is, right? Let's just say that's what it is, right? But then I went here, right? I went here. Let me make it big for the people who can't see. So I went here, and I'm like, all right, let me just look at what is the base salary. You know,
Right.
what's the base salary? So I looked at Golf and I said, okay, that's 20.9. All right, cool. Dacker, 13.7. Frank, 11. Something ain't right. It just, the math ain't mathing. That's the base salary they making, right? Now we know that they got dead money and everything else that goes into it, right? So the cap number counts for 30, right? 19, 16. Jeff got 10. Where the rest of our goddamn money at? I'm talking about where's the money for the defense? Your highest paid players are all on offense. Aiden Hutchinson might be your highest paid defense. Nope. Jeff Okudah make more than him. Where's the money, bro? That's my question. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where's the money, bro?
Don't know. But in my opinion, I don't think they drafting a quarterback at 6.
Tell me why.
But I do think they will draft a backup though. I just don't think at 6. But I do think they are drafting a quarterback. Hey, that's just my opinion.
What do you think? So you believe that they're gonna take Carter?
Yeah, I if he's there, I think they taking him.
Okay. If they're taking Carter, do you still feel like if they sign Calais Campbell, they're taking Jalen Carter?
Yeah, we need all the depth pieces. We need all that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the depth guy? Who we putting at the depth? Aleem McNeil starting. You think you're gonna sign Calais Campbell and let him sit behind somebody? Who he sit behind?
Calais Campbell, Aleem McNeil. Then who was it? John Kaminsky.
Right.
Well, it might be either Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson. One of them.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Now
listen. The only thing I'm saying is we're not taking a quarterback. I guarantee you that.
Okay.
I'm putting all my money in the chip. I'm putting my money in the middle of the table. Okay. We're not taking a quarterback.
All right. Let me ask you this. Okay, because you already skipped over my question about who
went
to the bench. I want to know who went to the bench, and you're gonna just throw Jalen Carter there, I guess. But you can't take Jalen Carter 6 and tell me he's on the bench. That ain't mathing, right? Now, my question to you is this: if he's already addressed the running back problem with David Montgomery,
I forgot about Pascal too. I forgot about him.
I'm just saying that. Just stay with me. If he signs Calais Campbell, I think Jalen Carter's done.
Yeah, I can see it. See it.
So now the question becomes: if Jalen Carter is done, who do you take next? And I don't think Wilson is the guy.
I mean, either that or the shocker, offensive line.
Who?
Y'all gonna be pissed?
Who?
Peter Skoronski.
I'm asking who. Listen, I don't want to put words in nobody's mouth. I see you, Gunner. Please hold tight. I don't want to put words in nobody's mouth.
Yeah.
I'm just asking, how do you see this playing out? And all I'm trying to point out is this. From what I'm looking at, right? From what I'm looking at, we ain't spending no money on defense. So chances is he's going to invest heavily down the stretch on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I cold-heartedly believe that. Now, I believe Hatterhouse is on point with the idea of trade down, but that's our dream. That's our wish.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out if everything has been covered. Y'all believe that the cornerbacks have been covered. Y'all believe that running back is done. He don't care about linebackers, so we ain't got to worry about that, right? we Alex Ancelon needs to answer.
I mean, I would still go after another linebacker, but go ahead.
So if he's already covered those spots, Chauncey Gardner helps with the cornerback position and safety spot.
Mm-hmm.
What other spot can he take at 6 if he can't, other than trade down?
I said possibly O-line.
Okay, all right. I just thought I'd put it up and let me get my other
Yeah,
guy
you
here,
can get
Don
Gunner in
Don.
here. I just want to come in.
Appreciate you. You want to hold tight for a minute? I'm trying to give everybody an opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out though. But I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, 100%. Steve-O says no linebacker in this draft are worth the 6th pick. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah,
all right, Gunner, what's going on, brother? I need you to help me make it make sense. The reason I'm bringing this all up, the reason I'm doing all of this is because we have a bottom 3 spinning for the defense, and our defense is in the bottom. This, and again, I feel like you can almost correlate these other teams being in the bottom in terms of their spending and their defensive play, which is why they went out and spent so much damn money, right? Because the Rams spent 46, and so you see now that they're not spending money, and that they struggled heavily last year because of their defense. The Cardinals, all that talent that they had, most of them hurt, poor coaching, but still, no real thing. And again, I get what my man, as Big T was saying when he says rookie deals and stuff. I get that. But make it make sense, bro. $78 million on defense, 121 on offense. Offense has shown signs that it's actually decent, right? Defense is still in prayer mode. What the hell is going on here? Make it make sense for me. What am I missing?
I mean, the offensive spending makes sense from just based off of Jared Goff's contract and our offensive line. Which they're going to have to make some decisions on that soon because Jonah Jackson's in his contract year.
Now watch this, though. Watch the flip side. The Jets, more spending on their defense than offense, right? Until they trade for Aaron Rodgers. But again, it's still more spending right now, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
And the Jets defense was pretty good, right?
Right.
Dolphins defense was pretty good last year. They spent a lot of money this year, right? And in case you're wondering, let me go back to 2022. Okay. Case for the people who think I'm making this stuff up. Let's go back to 2022. The Lions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th in spending on offense.
Now Romeo Aquara's contract, Charles Harris contract.
They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in spending on defense. We still ain't spending no damn money on defense and we getting results. So this is where I'm asking you, the fans like me, where's the money? And in my best Jerry Maguire impression possible, show me the money. Where is it?
Well, for basing off last year before some of the pay cuts happened, Charles Harris contract, Romeo Aquara's contract, Tracy Walker's contract, Okuda being a top 3 pick. And Hutch being the top 3 pick, but yeah, there's no like big spending on one player.
Now, again, this is not me making this stuff up. I'm asking these questions because what I need to know is when people tell me we got improvement, I don't want to just have anecdotal improvement. I don't want people to be like, oh, well, this guy sucks so bad, so anything after that is an improvement. So what? It had to still come together, mash together, and perform. I'm going to ask you, Gunner, the same question I asked everybody else. Have we done enough to stop the run? Have we done enough to stop a mobile quarterback?
Mobile quarterback, I don't know, but like based off of last year's second half, we got better against the run. It was just that Carolina game where everything shit the bed. But other than that game, like the run was getting stopped against good players. So I don't think that's really the issue. I don't know. We always have a hard time against mobile quarterbacks.
That's my point. I want to see us do better in that regard. Big T says the money going to Calvin Johnson and Will Harris. What? Did we just re-sign Will Harris? You can't tell me the money going to Will Harris. I'm only asking the question because I'm excited for Chauncey Gardner. I hope that he plays a full season for the first time with us without getting hurt.
Does that mean Will Harris on the bench?
I have no. I hope that means Will Harris gets cut. That's what I hope. Right. I hope they are like Will Harris is here just because we need somebody on the roster who
They need a
knows
bo-
the stuff,
they
and
need a
then we
cam
see what
body.
we get. Yeah, you know how like some people do, like when they have like somebody they dating and they terrible, and then until they find a better option, they dump them. I hope we're gonna do that to him. Like we're gonna be like, you know what, you was
Keeping
cool.
the options open.
Yeah, keep the options. You was cool. But after that, I'm just there. And again, I'm just putting it out there. Now, let me hit the comment. I see y'all in the back, gentlemen. Hold tight for me. Shout out to Man Hour, because this show is brought to you by Man Hour. Man Hour has also made those cool t-shirts for me, which is linked in the description. The Stay Tomorrow Needs You t-shirts, and that helps the National Suicide Prevention Association with so many things. So shout out to my man Buck. That's gotta be Buck. I'm 100% that's Buck. It says, what up, everyone? Enjoy Detroit says, man, Luke, you ever happy, my guy? I am happy. I'm actually happy. But my job is to still report an objective truth. Where's the money, bro? We spent $110 million in free agency, and here, I'll show you one better, right? People think it's a game. I'll show you one better, right? Let's just look at offensive spending, right? The Chiefs spent $122 million on their offense. Right? They spent 83 on defense. And most people will tell you that was the weakest part of their team. In fact, it was so weak, they let people that they draft like Juan Thornhill, Frank Clark, a bunch of they like, yo, bye. Bye. It ain't working. Bye. Right? You start to look at it. The Browns, they spent a pretty good penny, right? But when you start to look at it for 2023, you know, I'm sorry, let me go back to 2022. I'm sorry, I gotta go back. So right here, one of the best defense last year were the Steelers. The Bengals performed well. The Jacksonville Jaguars performed well. But notice where most of that money went. Now the Chargers are a little bit balanced, and you had a lot of up and down games. But I'm asking, where's the money? That's my question. That's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I just want to know where the money went. I'm not hating on Brad Holmes. I'm not trying to bring attention to Brad Holmes. I'm merely asking the question, Gunner. And I'm asking everybody this question, all right? Mike Kidd say, Luke, stay hating Brad Holmes. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I believe that we should be objective in what he's doing, and we should ask questions. And I believe that it's no way possible. I'm telling you, the fan service that I've seen, everything this man do is like, good answer, good answer. You know how like on Family Feud, even when they give a dumb answer, everybody still screams, good answer. That's what it is with him. Jalen Reed.
Will Harris. Good answer. Good answer.
Bro, I prayed. I'm not being funny when I say this. I prayed that Jalen Reed made me get the hell on. And you bring him back? He better not make the 53-man roster. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You know he is. Just get disappointed now.
Okay. See, nope. Nope.
You know he not drafting another linebacker to the 6th round. Come on.
How much money do we have in dead cap? That's a fair question.
I think it's like 10, right? I know like 5 is going to Brockers.
It's not even a whole lot. That's why when people
I think it's only 2 players, actually.
Hold on. Where's it at? Right here.
Yeah,
there's your dead cap money, people. Let me get this over here. There's your dead cap money. Let me make that big for you. Don't tell me we paying people. Come on, man.
So DJ Turk, your 1-year deal is taking a $6 million dead cap hit.
Man, what?
What is that? That's probably a void
year.
Bro,
I can't make this stuff up. Batting 1,000, what they say. There go your dead cap deal right there.
I will say though, that's the least amount of dead cap we've had in a while.
I agree.
So that's a positive.
All right. Let me bring in my man Anthony from Roar the Lions UK. I feel like I'm finna get yelled at. And I haven't even addressed the Jameson Williams comments. Anthony, okay, I'm gonna let you ease into this one real slow. You gotta treat me like I'm a virgin on this one. Okay, go ahead, shoot for the stars, brother.
When have I ever yelled at you, Luke? That is a falsehood right there. Come on.
Welcome to the show, brother. How you been?
Hey, I've been very good, Luke. I've missed hearing you, so I hope you're well as well. I was
rocking to y'all today. I was listening to y'all show today, and I'm driving, and I'm like, God, can I just get a red light or a traffic jam? Because there was so many things I wanted to comment on, and I couldn't. I was driving. But yeah, y'all was having some fun over there, and I was enjoying every bit of that. What did you come in here to talk to me about? Talk to the people about. What do you got for us?
I don't know. I think there's a lot on my mind at the minute. But I mean, I would say, Luke, with all this thing about positional spending, the amount of money we're spending, let's remember 2 years ago when Brad Holmes came here, we were spending a lot of money on defense at that point. We were spending a lot of money on, face it, bums. Justin Coleman, Desmond Trufant, Jamie Collins, Trey Flowers. Yeah, all these guys, and you think the amount we were spending and the amount that we lost through dead cap, through their caps, through the fact that they're not working. He did, say that we are going to build this through the draft again. And you've seen it, especially with the defense. We've had mistakes in the past. We spent a lot of money in free agency on defenders who were not worth it, who were looking for a payday, who were looking just to come and see out their career here, with a lot of money. And I can understand why he's taking a cautious approach with it this time. You think the amount of guys we've got started on this defense who are rookies, Akuda and Jerry are starting, Kirby's starting, Hutch is starting, Aleem's starting, Houston's starting now at this point in time, Rodrigo's starting, Barnes is starting. You're talking 7, 8, 9 of your starters are rookies. So, and that's the way that it's getting built. He's been very cautious with the money he's spending, and I think rightfully so, because you've seen what happens when you spend all this money on your defense in one go in free agency. You cripple your cap, and you put yourself in a real bad position for the years going forward. So, and the thing about a young defense, though, is even if all your same guys are going to come back next year, they're going to be better. They're more experienced. There's a year more there in them. So you are naturally going to progress as a team. Even if the spending doesn't rise significantly, it is the benefit of building through the draft. Your build doesn't go up, but your quality does. It just takes a little bit of time to happen. And, a lot of these guys are becoming year 3, year 2 guys now. They're getting experienced. And he started to add what we need to. We wanted vets on this team, right? Cam Sutton is a really good vet. Gardner Johnson is a really good vet on there, and we're adding to the parts we need. And we're going to have a draft where we're going to invest heavily in the defense again. So it's young, yes, the money's not been spent there, but in a few years' time, we've got a real good offense because of all the money we've spent, and we're going to have a real good defense because of how prudent we've been with our draft picks and building that way with it. I'm just saying, we've seen how bad it is when we spend tons of money on the defense. Maybe we need to give this approach a little bit of time to work.
Can you back in 2016?
Even if I just gave up, right?
I don't want you to give up, Lou.
Right? Even if I just gave up and say, you know what, you make a good point, right? I just want to kind of show you a little bit of evidence, right? Matt Patricia took over in 2016.
2018.
Was it 2018?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You are.
That was when Bob Quinn came in.
Yeah. So Bob Quinn took over in 2016. All right. So at this point, I can see that we still spend money on defense, and we're still in the top 5, top 10 lowest spending teams. 2017. Oh, there we go. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. Just outside of it. Yes. Okay. All right. Keep going. 2018. Nope. Oh, we in the bottom again. What do you know? All right. Let's go to 2019. All right. Nope. Right there. Let's look right there. In the bottom again. Now, my stance has always been that we've been 5 years in with this shitty-ass defense, but that's not my problem. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, boom. Here we go. 2020. You finally made it big time. Finally made it. Spend some money. And your offense, you didn't spend no money on. So you mortgaged it. Okay, cool. That's not the point. 2021. I just want to see where we're spending our money at. Oh, shit. We're in the bottom again. 2022. Now, this got to show something different, right? It got to show something different. And again, we're in the bottom.
All I would say, Luke, that 2021 year you had on there where we're at, I would be willing to take a bet that our defensive numbers on dead cap was bigger than what we were spending on our actual defense because of all those contracts we had to jettison. We had about 50 million plus in dead cap those years.
Okay,
so you're going to have to add that on there as well. It's not just what you're actively spending on the team or on the defense. It's what you've actively discarded on that team as well. You've got to take that into account as well.
Okay, I'll join you in that regard, right? I'll join you in that regard and say we put the dead cap on there. However, when we spent our money, Val, shout out to the queen of the damn over there. She says Luke wants to create a GoFundMe account for the Lions. I'm trying to figure out where the money went.
we should create a GoFundMe account for Justin Fields after our D-line's done with him next year. He'll need it. So,
hey. Shout out to Nine Drinks. Oh, that was Mike with the fake account. I was trying to figure out who it was, and my ass must have missed it because I was listening and working at the same time. It says, love you over there on Woodward Sports Network yesterday. Great new profile picture. Laughing out loud. Marco Mike made sure everyone knew that was a fake account at George Spence. It ain't even April Fool's Day. I'm already getting shitted on. That's terrible. All right. All I'm asking is where's the money? I'm going to get my man Greasy so I can find out where's it at. I just think it's funny that we look at this team and every year that we didn't spend money on defense, our defense sucked, and our offense that we spent money on seemed to do a little bit different. And I'm not saying that we should be discerned with it, but I'm saying, do you believe at this point that we've done enough or signed enough people to really help affect the change for our defense to do things that we were not doing? How is this 5 years into a defense when Holmes has only been here for 3 years? This will be Holmes' third year, correct? And so my stance is when he's been here in his first 2 years, the defense was ass. In 3 years before he got here, the defense was ass. That's my stance. So that's why I say we're 5 years into this shitty defense. Because to me, yes, Holmes is going into his third year. But it looks like we're still not addressing defense. And this is not necessarily a Brad Holmes thing for me, but the question of when looking at players like Chauncey Johnson, I'm asking these other questions too, where I'm saying, okay, why is Jalen Reeves-Maven coming back? Why do we sign Nate Stufffield back? I didn't even get into that because I didn't want to rant.
Pop a blood vessel.
We should also, like, the draft's coming up. We're going to have 5 top 80 picks, Luke. So the defense might look a lot different when the draft is coming.
I agree.
You're going to get.
Here's the thing. I agree. But this is what I started to pay attention to. I'm telling you, the Calais Campbell signing, if they sign Calais Campbell, that is going to tell me everything I need to know. And I'm telling you right now, if Calais Campbell gets signed, they're not touching a D tackle at 6. They're going quarterback.
So he said something very interesting, Luke. He talked back to his LA Ram days. I'm guessing you watched the interview. He was referring back to the LA Rams days. He said they were in the war room and they had a situation where they were in the draft. They were picking high in the draft. And he said they had a great defensive line and they had needs all over the defense. But when it got to their pick, the best guy on the board was the defensive lineman. And, they got him. They said, look, we're just going to stack our defensive line, even if the rest of the defense isn't that good. And it became a big strength of ours going forward. I found that very interesting because the top two defensive prospects in this draft are both defensive line. And if we're going to say, even if Calais Campbell does come here, we'll say the D-line's a strength on the defense because we are lacking a lot of young talent, like long-term, at corner, at safety, and at linebacker. You've got Rodrigo and Kirby there, and that's it. But if they're sitting there at 6 and Carter or Anderson is there, despite the fact that this D-line is a strength, he's already said they've done it in the past. They'll keep drafting D-linemen, and they will keep doing it that way. So I don't think it's a case of Calais Campbell comes and then we don't. I mean, why can't you have Calais Campbell, Jalen Carter, Aleem McNeil, Isaiah Buggs, all these guys with all your edge players? You overload that defensive line, have the rotations in there, make it a strength. The Rams made a Super Bowl having a good defensive line and one good cornerback. And that was literally it. So I'll tell you why I say we can't have it. I'll tell you why. And Grizzly, you after this comment right here, okay?
the reason why I say we can't is because I watched Brad Holmes and I'm starting to get a beat on his ass, right? And Brad Holmes last year talked a whole lot about the goddamn secondary. He talked about cornerbacks and safeties, and he talked about it so goddamn much that my ass believed that he was going to take a defensive back because guess what? It was a need. It was a positional need. It was we needed it all, right? Like guaranteed need. I narrowed it down to Chauncey. I narrowed it down to Sauce Gardner and to freaking Kyle Hamilton. I said my personal preference would be Hamilton, but I said, but my soul told me it's going to be one of these cornerbacks unless the hometown kid is there, right? And so the hometown kid was there, and we took him. Fine, right? But he talked about it to nausea, and I was like, oh, now he's all of a sudden talking about, well, when I was with the Rams, and I would do this, and we had D tackles, and he been talking about D linemen a whole damn lot. But you know what I realize is who he not talking about that I need to pay more attention to. And during that time, he wasn't talking a whole lot about DNs. He wasn't talking a whole lot about the D line. And even right now, he's not talking a whole lot about the quarterbacks. He's not talking a whole lot about running backs. He's not talking a whole lot about a lot of other positions. That's why I believe that if they sign Calais Campbell, they are preparing themselves to take a quarterback, and it's not going to be the one that people are going to want. It's going to be somebody that I think fits a Brad Holmes guy, and that's Levis. I'm sorry. That's what I think they're trying to plot. If Levis is there, I think they take him. I think he looks like the kind of guy that Brad Holmes likes, and I could be wrong, but I'm just putting it out there. That's why I don't think if you sign Calais Campbell that D tackle is on the board. That's why. Grizzy, welcome to the show, my brother. You are in here in the building. What's going on?
Shit, just getting off work. What it do?
Hey, listen, man. Getting off work and having a little fun is all the same for me, right? That's what we want to do, have a little bit of fun.
Of course.
What do you got for me today, brother?
I think we need to trade up and get our linebacker, bro.
From what pick?
I don't know. From 6, go up from 6. He always trading up.
To take a linebacker?
And get the linebacker out of Alabama. I know he don't draft linebacker.
You mean Will Anderson?
This is what I think. I think this is what I think. I'm not saying what he gonna do, but I see this is what we need to do.
Wait, are you talking about Will Anderson, number 31?
Yeah.
So you feel like they should all right. I'm gonna join you down this goddamn road, Greasy. All right, you now
it's a
you
back
took
road.
it
No,
here.
it's a back road. It ain't.
It's a dark back road. Okay, you took us here. What are you willing to give up to trade up? Because you now have 5 picks in the top 81, and if you were to just take that 81 pick out there, you have 4 in the top 55. What are you giving up to get up to that pick, and who are you trading with?
Our 6th pick and one of our seconds. I don't know. I don't know if
that'll be enough, bro.
I mean,
I don't know if that'll be enough.
Yeah, I ain't trying to give up our 18th pick either, though. So
I'm trying to figure out. I think this fan base will go nuts. I think they would damn near riot if that happened.
He did it last year with J-Mo, though. You feel me? And he was hurt.
But you know the crazy part? He not only did he do it with J-Mo, he wanted to do it with Will. He wanted to do it with Levi Onwuzurike,
right?
And Dorsey stopped him.
Yep.
He wanted to do it with Sewell, and Dorsey stopped him.
So
you know what? That's why I'm not shooting you down on it.
Yeah,
but since you took us down this dark road, to the people in my chat, how would you feel about that? Like, that's a toughie right there. If he trades up and take Will Anderson, are you okay? He said Grizzy smoking that good kush. He said, "What? Why would they? Why the hell are we trading up? I'm serious. This is
if
why
we get a linebacker,
this is why I opened it up.
Our defense, ain't a real good linebacker, bro. That would complete our defense, bro.
I get it. Kobe says it's Will Anderson. He's a fucking beast. Like, yeah. I get it.
You feel me?
Joy Detroit says, I'll do it.
You feel me? Like this, that completes our defense, bro. You feel me? You have Angeloni there to teach him the ropes and the things he's gonna do in a couple years, bro. But you put that man on the field beside Angeloni and Rodrigo. You feel me? And run it. And run it, bro.
Facebook user says, bro. You just need to use Okuda. 2024 second round pick and pick 81. You can move. I don't think you can trade up for that. It sounds good though. Oh, it says 655 Okuda. Cardinals need a corner. Damn, you're giving us 6 and 55.
But look what
Hey.
you get. Look what you get in return, bro. You feel me?
Listen, I hear you, but what I'm saying is,
Nah, that'd be the scam of the century if we trade it. Just give that without having to give up another
that's what I'm
first.
Look,
saying.
Akuda,
That's it.
Akuda ain't gonna play this year. Let's just off the top, unless he come in the camp and do some off the wall.
Okuda gonna be out the
Ohio State
lead.
shit, you feel me?
You wait. So you.
And you know I'm a big Ohio State fan. Okuda was a shit at Ohio State, but
Yes, because he had a good front seven.
right. So boom, if we ain't gonna use Okuda, which shit from the signings this offseason, you feel me? We still got Jacobs, you feel me? Seatbelt and everything else like that, bro. And Lucas, let's not forget Lucas, bro. Okuda's not gonna play, and you know he ain't gonna do special teams, bro. The defense we run, bro, and the skill set he has don't fit. Even him and our defensive coordinator was bumping heads last year. You feel me? Look at all the games he had where he was barely fucking playing, bro. Oh God, bro. So get rid of him. Y'all already feel like we invested in him. It's a bad investment. So why not get something in return and wait till last year until his contract is up?
Grizzy, listen, I think most fans will lose their shit, but we got some people who think that this is a brilliant idea by you.
Brilliant,
Shout
bro,
out to
listen.
Friendly Neighborhood Lions fan.
My mom always told me I was smarter than I look. You feel me? On my mama.
Steve-O says, I would rather trade up and get a great player than stay at 6 and draft an okay player.
Or a damn backup quarterback.
I
don't
to
care.
the people in the chat.
I don't want to hear, let him sit and learn behind golf. Fuck that. Golf ain't trying to trade nobody. Golf trying to get his money. You feel me? If it's my contract year, bro, I ain't got time to focus on this motherfucker that might be trying to take my position. I'm trying to do my best to get my money. So that is out the motherfucker.
Okay, listen, I ain't mad at you, man. Let me run another guess up in here. Hold tight for me, Grizzy.
Yep.
I definitely got to get him in because I'm loving the name Titus Young, the GOAT. What up, though?
What up, though? Mic check.
I can hear you. A little bit
Okay,
static,
okay.
but it's clear now. So you say Titus Young is the GOAT.
He might be.
You know what's funny? I made this statement years ago when I was doing YouTube, and I said Titus Young has been the greatest compliment to Calvin Johnson that I've ever seen, and people like, you crazy. It was Nate Burleson. I'm like, oh, okay. Titus Young is probably a very underrated player.
Yeah, he definitely was.
What you
Mike
got for
Williams
me?
was the greatest player around with him. So
I don't know about all this trading up for a defensive player talk. That just sounds like bad business to me.
Okay, why so?
It's just something you don't do. We're already at 6. You move up to 3. Potentially probably have to give up a first-round pick to get a defensive player. We're sitting there at 6. We can have the pick of the litter. You never know what
wins Super Bowls, bro? Defense wins Super Bowls, bro. The game winning stop always on defense this year to win the Super Bowl, bro. You got to invest in your defense. He ain't put no money in his defense. You get a solid linebacker there, bro, with that defensive line, bro, and the corners that and safeties we got, bro. What are you talking about?
I'd rather sit at 6. I'd rather take Bijan at 6 than trade up for a defensive player.
I'm totally on the sit at 6 and take Bijan because for me, and the reason I say this, Grizzy, for me, I'm looking at this goddamn number. This we're number 3. There's no way we should be in the same category with the Rams and the Cardinals in conversational pieces. It's just no, we can't, right? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful about it, but I'm saying, look, if you're taking best player available, although again, it's gonna be on what happened with Calais Campbell. If Calais Campbell don't sign, D tackle's still on the board, at least at 6. But if he's not, and they took Bijan Robinson at 6, I wouldn't be shocked. I still think it's gonna be a quarterback if they sign Calais Campbell. But I get what he's saying. He's saying, why trade up? This is his question to you. Why trade up when even if you don't get Will Anderson, you will still have a load of good players that fall to you at 6, whether it be cornerback, running back, quarterback, D tackle, you'll still have a plethora of options there. That's what he's trying to ask.
I'm saying if you get another running back, then what was the use of signing Montgomery then?
Because they might be trying to phase out and not be willing to re-sign Swift and want to trade Swift. Swift can end up going over to help out the Saints, who was trying to revamp their thing over there. Alvin Kamara is not healthy. And we know that the Rams need a running back. So, I mean, it could be a lot of different options. I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate for what he's bringing up.
Luke, I'm also with him, though. If he wants to move up, we can move up. But it has to be for QB.
No, what?
There's no way we can move up and take a defensive player. It just doesn't make
Picking a
sense.
quarterback right now is not helping our chances in the Super Bowl, bro.
But you got to
Ah,
understand, you never know that. Jared Goff got to get paid next year.
So he's
Okay?
about to play his best behavior.
Listen, we know Brad Holmes by now.
Y'all see how
He may be nice, but he's a shrewd man. And when that time comes for Jared Goff to get paid, Brad Holmes is going to tell him, this is what you're worth to me. Take it or leave it. And Brad Holmes is not dumb enough to just sit there and have no backup plan for when Jared Goff says, all right, I'm leaving it.
I guarantee Jared Goff don't leave it.
If we have such hope and such faith in the new organization and we think they're on the right path and they're going to do good things, which I do, I think that one of those good things that good organizations do is when you have a QB that may not be, he may just be mid-tier, not able to get you there, Kirk Cousins, a la Kirk Cousins. You draft a QB if you have a high enough pick. We don't have the 6th pick. We have the 18th pick. That low pick ship has sailed for us already. So why not, with this opportunity, if we're gonna move up for something, move up for a QB?
listen, let me shout out Evan Green, who says, "Man, how do y'all watch this show? Some of the worst Lion commentary on Detroit Lions. They watch it the same way you watching it. For you to come in and comment on it. See, that's
how do we close his mouth?
This is the show for the people. Everyone can come in here, talk their piece. Luke, leave the chat open for anyone to come here and say how they feel.
Yes, I have a complete open door. Feel free to tell me I'm an idiot. I get it, and you're not going to offend me. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to offend me. You know what I'm saying? But Perry Ball says, Luke and Anthony, do you think Anderson is a day one impact player? Anthony, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. He's probably the best player in this draft. And if you want a player on your team who's going to make your defense much better, then he's the guy you draft. And, everyone says, about this stuff that Brad Holmes does and doesn't do. But what has Brad Holmes done in the last few years? He has drafted blue chip players. We hear all this here about, let's trade down for more picks, let's not waste picks, etc. When Sewell was on the board 2 years ago, he could have traded that for picks. Someone would have paid for Penei Sewell and paid handsomely. He took the great player. Last year, you could have traded down from 2. Hutch is there, but no, he took the great player. So if he thinks there's a great player there this year, if he's going to trade up for 3 for Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, do it. I would rather stack my defense with blue chip prospects who are going to make it a properly legitimate defense for the sake of 1 pick. I don't care. I want to keep, other teams can trade away blue chip guys for more picks if they want. Screw them. I want to take the players who are going to make my defense excellent or my offense excellent. And if they're there and I've got to trade up and trade a pick for them, fine. There's no problem with that at all.
I think for me, because I know I got options and I need those picks to hit, those 5 picks in the top 81. I need for like 4 of those to hit. So off rip, I'd rather have the 4. Somebody clipping their nails, I can hear it. Like I don't know.
My bad.
Luke, when you've got the good player that Penei's hit, Aiden's hit, both have made this team substantially better. And it's like if you can add a 3rd guy in that round to your defense, this has already been said.
I'm not arguing against it per se, but I'm just saying I can understand those who are right. Like I can.
I can get both sides. I can get both sides absolutely. I just think if I'm going to guess what Brad does, Brad likes having great players on his team. He doesn't like having tons of picks. He likes having great players. And if he thinks there's a great player there that he can go and get, I'm 100% behind him because I trust his talent evaluation. I would rather take just Will Anderson than maybe some other guy at 6 and someone at 55 that it might cost, if you get what I mean. I'm very happy with him if he decides he wants to do that because it's paid dividends so far, getting great players, not loads of players.
Now, let me point this out from Enjoy Detroit. He says, man, y'all complained about how bad the defense is, but don't want to go get the best defensive player in the draft.
Thank you.
Look, I get both sides of the fence on it, and
that would make him such a villain. Ain't that what he wore short saying a villain? That would make him a villain so bad.
And 6 is such a dangerous position. I mean, you could go and get someone like Tyree Wilson who screams bust, or you will reach for a cornerback, or you will make a mistake. You'll go Van Ness or something stupid like that. Go and get the bona fide talent. Don't sit at 6 and think, well, I can have anyone else. Well, anyone else might not be good enough. Go get the guy
listen.
I
get that argument. I get that argument, and I get Titus Young's argument. Titus Young, this is so crazy for me to say that name now. Titus Young, the GOAT. I get his argument too, where he's basically saying, look, if you're going to trade up for a quarterback, you know, if not, sit where you are and take. I get, but this is one of the times where I honestly think that both things are true.
I think, Luke, I think everyone like understands that in this draft is like maybe three good quarterbacks, 2 elite defensive prospects, and then after that, everyone kind of lukewarm. The prospect we could get at 6, we maybe could get at 11, we maybe could get even could fall to 18.
Listen, I think that's what I look at too. You know what I'm saying? Like I
get why everyone wants to move up. They don't want, and Brad Holmes seems like the guy that's just not going to sit there and take a lukewarm pick. We've seen what he did with J-Mo last year.
Yeah, I don't think Hooker makes it to. I don't think Hooker makes it out of the first round. I don't. You know, I'll be surprised if he made it to the Lions pick in the second round. I really would. I just don't see it. Steve says you're not going to try to tell me that the Chiefs had a better defense than the Eagles. On that Super Bowl, they did.
On that particular night.
That particular night, they did.
Nah, Nick Bowen should have won MVP. That was crazy.
Mean, they've got a freakishly good quarterback and one of the most expensive O-lines in the league, or did have. I mean, that helps.
Yeah, and again, all that dude makes a good point. I get the argument he's making though. What if Goff doesn't play as good in 2023? Then what are we going to do?
That defense will step up. The Ravens had one defense that almost had more touchdowns than the offense than 1 year.
I get it.
You feel me? Though, defense win championships.
I get it.
We go from being a solid defense to a bolder defense. You feel me? Fuck the Rock Avalanche shit, bro. Like, bro, I just shit on themselves, bro. With that defensive front, that linebacker core in the corners. Oh my god, bro.
And again, the reason I leave it open like this is because it does bring in new ideas, right? Like it brings in. I never thought about the idea of him trading up, but I know he has a tendency to do it.
He always do it, bro.
Right? Like he has a tendency to do it. It says, "Luke, I want to join so bad, but every time you stream, I'm at work. I'm sorry. I'm you know what for you, Kobe? You tell me, you shoot me a message on the stream of one of the videos telling me, hey, I get off work on this and I'm gonna do a stream so that way you can hop on and talk your talk. Just because I want you to be able to talk your talk. Tell me I've lost my mind. Titus Young to go. Let me ask you, do you have anything else you want to add? Because you can hang in here while we all talking about these different topics, because I'm finna switch gears a little bit because I got another issue that I think is an easy fix.
No, I want to hear the Luke issues. Let's go on to the next topic.
All right, so here's the thing that I think that is the issue for me, but I think it's an easy fix, right? It's a simple fix. It's a fix that I don't think we need to talk about, but it's an easy fix. We've already talked about trading up to get players, right? We all know that drafting in the draft can be this. I've come to the conclusion that there's a particular player that I do not want any parts on the Detroit Lions from this draft. And my question to y'all is to tell me that player that y'all get. For me, y'all not going to like it. Y'all not going to enjoy this. I just want to put it out there right now because I know somebody's going to say, well, Luke, you can't, man. You can't. But I have to. I have to. All right. There's a particular player who is getting a lot of love right now, who happens to play at a school called Iowa, who really doesn't do any damn thing good.
Didn't even start.
Is it the tight end?
Didn't even start. He didn't even start, bro.
Wait a minute. Listen. I just want to set this up because I'm telling you, there's a player that I want no parts of. I have watched so much of this kid trying to figure out what the hell did I miss, and why is he climbing up these damn boards? What is people seeing that I didn't see? What?
Vanessa.
I cannot. This man should not be on the Lions. Listen to me. I want y'all to understand something. I have been the biggest Malcolm Rodriguez is a player. He's okay. He's right. This guy makes Malcolm Rodriguez look like Ray Lewis. I don't see if there was an award, like if we did a horseshoe award, that man be close. Just not close enough. And he's a player that I'm starting to see name come up too damn often with our team. And I'm telling y'all don't want this player. Okay? He may work out somewhere else, but it ain't gonna be here. He may go somewhere else and do great things, but it ain't gonna be here. Some of y'all have dated some women who y'all felt were they was okay, but then you knew that they was better with somebody else. I'm telling you right now, this is one of the ones you let go. This Van Ness talk, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. This is one player I want no part of. It's an easy fix to this. All right, easy fix to this. And all you got to do is not draft this fucking kid. That's all you got to do. Don't draft him. Don't bring him up. Don't tell the media you happy about it. In fact, you need to go on a full-fledged smear campaign. You want no parts of this guy. You don't. I've watched tape after tape after tape trying to just see something phenomenal out of him. And it is as mediocre as Greek yogurt. Shout out to my man Miko. It's so terrible. I can't, people. I don't think y'all understand me when I say this. So my question is to you in the chat, because I need to know, who's that player that you want no parts of? They do not need to be on this team. Now, we already brought one of them damn bums back in free agency with Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Who is the other players? And I'm going to start off with you, Titus Young, the GOAT. I want you to tell me, who's that player that you just like, bruh, there's no way in hell he need to be on this team?
I'm going to have to go to the back of the queue. This is a good question. I got to think on this one for a second.
Hey, I'll give you a minute. All right, Anthony, who's that player for you? I'm at least with Wilson, I can see some potential. I see a lot of flaws in his game, but I can see some strong traits. That Van Ness kid, bro, I'm telling you, I see shit. I see absolutely no. Who's the guy for you that you just like, nope. No.
Yeah, that's Tyree Wilson by a long shot. People saying he might be drafted third. It's just like, dude,
that's
he's an edge rusher who he doesn't have the speed to win off the edge. He's not going to be a speed rusher off the edge. He's going to be a guy who goes into the interior, and he doesn't have the productivity in the interior from his college career. He's like Adebare. He's just as bad. These guys who don't have a home on the line, who, you know, athletically very good, but, you know, they're pajama warriors, and that's it. I don't want nothing to do with him. And if it's 6, I will be fuming. That will be the one pick I will fume at.
Yeah, I think that I'm not gonna fume on none of our draft picks because I make my statements and I wait to see how they age, right? But I do get your point with Wilson, because when I watch Wilson, if you look at the highlights, oh my God, it looks so good, right? But they're meant to highlight the best of the best. If you watch it snap by snap, it's like, oh my God, are you going to try to get off the block? Did you care to get off the block? What was your assignment here? Because I'm almost sure you were supposed to stay outside and you sliced in, or maybe you were supposed to slice in and you didn't, and then you stayed outside. I can see these little things, but that's not a bad pick. What say you, Gunner? Who's that? One fucking Lion fan. God damn. I really don't want Breeze or Wilson or Anderson or God damn.
Wait, who? Murphy. He's the
that's
Clemson, right?
Yeah, Clemson. Okay. He don't want no parts of that. Van Ness has all the traits teams are looking for with their DNs. The NFL drafts on traits over college production in the first round. That's a problem. That's why they keep busting so goddamn bad. You drafting on potential and hoping that they reach it. But guess what? Remember that guy Tarkenton? He's another one of them guys. The Falcons, which they had that one back, and he came up there with the picture with the grandma, was all crying, and everybody was involved. And you know, I got emotional too. And then I look up and I'm trying to figure out where the hell he's at.
Yeah. You know what the correct answer to this one is, Luke? Anyone from Michigan.
Bro, the Mozzie Smith goals come up. The Mozzie Smith goals come up. I already know the Mozzie Smith talk. I'm surprised, Luke. I'm surprised you didn't say Mozzie Smith yet.
Listen. Listen. I'm trying to be cool. I gave one, right? Don't get me started on the Mozzie Smith talk. Everybody named Mama. I'm like, yo, I don't.
Wait, what about the kicker? The guy who's 40% from 50+ yards. What
I
that
don't
guy?
listen. I'm just here so I don't get fined. What say you, Grizzy? Who's that one player that you like? Yo, I want no parts of this dude. Down 19, you disrespectful as hell. He's talking to Brandon Smith. You gonna wish you had Brandon Smith. You gonna wish Boye Mafe. Boye Mafe did good for the Seahawks. Brandon Smith was hurt, but Boye Mafe did good for the Seahawks. But you petty as hell. AR-15 go. Oh my god, yes, go like he scares the shit out of me. Oh, he scares the crap out of me. Anzalone, too late for that one. Will Harris, way too late for that one. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. I would draft Van Ness, give him some time with the NFL coaching should help his game. I don't believe in taking a guy in the first round that I need to give some time if it's not a quarterback. I don't. Now, apparently, most of the fan base seems like it's okay to give time to the receivers. I think that was absurd. Who proved that we didn't even need his ass last year. And again, I still haven't got into that because I know Anthony wants me to go ape shit on it, and I'm trying to hold it. I'm trying to hold it together. But yeah, I don't have time to play this game. I can develop a quarterback. It's a little bit more when you're that close to the line of scrimmage. It's hell. Charles Haley could not read. He even said that he didn't know what the fuck the playbook was. All he knew was if I got to the quarterback, they'll forgive it. Sometimes we don't need to make it chess when it's checkers. Shout out to Uriel Jackson. We'll get that question next. All right, you ready, Grizzy?
Yeah.
Who's that player that you just like? Nope, can't do it, won't do it. It's not possible.
I got two.
Oh shit. Okay.
Quarterback from Kentucky.
Well, that's a Brad Holmes guy. I guarantee you he fits Brad Holmes like little thing to a T.
I don't want him.
I ain't mad at you. Okay, in the second.
Was a quarterback from Florida.
Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
You want no parts of him?
Yeah, if we can't get Bryce Young or Stroud, I don't want him.
Yeah, those guys are going 1 and 2.
Oh, hey.
I don't want Richardson. I don't want. I'm cool.
I ain't mad at you, bro. He scares me. Enjoy Detroit says Tyree Wilson is Marcus Davenport 2.0. I don't even think he Marcus Davenport, but that's another story. I'm gonna leave that for another day. Gunner, did I already ask you? I feel like I didn't.
No, I didn't. I did have two. One of them was Will Levis, but my second one, I haven't watched a ton of game on the other one. I only seen a couple of them, but I don't see it with Quentin Johnston. I don't if you draft him at 18, you're expecting him to take Chark's role and to be that big body number one target. I don't know. I just don't see it with him being that guy. That's me though.
But we don't need a receiver, and I don't understand why people don't.
I like TCU's receiver.
Listen, hold on.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Let me bring this up. Okay, hold on. Let me make this big because I don't think people really understand this stuff. All right. I got Uriel Jackson's question because I want to make sure I don't miss it. But 2023 NFL's draft strongest position group and weakest, and the reason I had this up is because I don't want no copyright. Let me cut that off. They already highlight what they think are, these ones. So let me take this off for a second so we can see it. But cornerback is number one. And so my attitude to it is okay, if you feel like cornerback is there, it says we saw 12 cornerbacks go in the first 3 rounds last year. Cool. Tight end is another high-end one, right? Edge rusher is another one. Wide receiver is 4th. And here's my problem with this. Receivers come a dime a dozen. I swear you can find a receiver in the 7th round and it hit. It's not, I'm telling you, there's too many of them to just not have to be able to get a receiver.
Nowadays, they're too good.
But I'm just saying though, huh?
You gotta remember, this is Detroit, and we do draft receivers all the time. So,
but that's my problem, and I've been saying this for years. What is this love affair with this fan base in this city with damn receivers? We invest in receivers like they stocks, and I don't get it.
It's divided.
Like to me, let's get to the rare ones. Like quarterback is not strong, interior defensive line is not strong. Interior offensive line is not. Let's start targeting those positions. You see what I'm saying? Like, why are we talking about stuff that you can get later? If this is true, Why are we talking about this? This is why I don't want a cornerback at 6. I don't see a Sauce Gardner style player. You know, I don't. So that's just how I see it. Let me bring this back up. He says, Luke, who is the diamond in the rough steal of the NFL draft of 2023 late rounds? How late you talking? 6, 7, 5th? Who you talking? How late? There's a few of them, but it just depends on how late you're talking. That's what I need to know that.
You just round it down to just day 3, 4 through
All right.
7.
Let's see if Titus Young, the GOAT, is ready to tell me what his thoughts are on that player he don't want. Damn, he said the Breeze one is another one I don't get. But he fits that whole Brad Holmes style of guy. He hurt. He's a captain. Like he fits that bill. I just don't want no parts of it.
Okay, so this is just players we want no part of.
Yep, players you want no part of. You
Okay,
want they don't need to be on this team.
I got two as well.
Okay.
Any linebacker in the first round.
Oh my
I
God,
want
bro.
no parts of it. No parts of it.
Oh, who?
Any linebacker in the first round. I don't count Will Anderson as a linebacker. He's the exception. But any other linebacker in the first round, I don't want it. Okay.
Who said that I want a tight end at 6?
And then my number 2 is I don't want none of Jamal Williams. This boy really let the anime get to his head. Thought he went Super Saiyan last year.
But
I think
I told people what was going to happen. I told people he's going to get to the free agency. He's talking right. He's been a spokesperson, trying to let the Detroit Lions know that he want him. And behind the scenes, he's telling them, "Hey, I broke Barry Sanders' record. It was Barry Sanders' record." You know, so I knew that was going to come. The other thing that jumped out to me, it says, so if that true trade back for more picks. Yeah, if you trade back for more picks, I'm happy. I'm good with that.
Jamal was a great leader on the team, but I seen someone break down some of his snaps, and the guy had something like 40 more rushes within the 10, 40 more than any other running back in the league.
Yeah, because you know why? Because everybody else did the work. Everybody else, I'm a Ross St. Brown to get down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody did
anyone in that role.
And then he did the short yardage, and that's what I'm saying. Now with David Montgomery, that changes everything. And plus, when Jamal was in, you knew what was coming. I think Jamal had one, maybe 2 big runs this whole season, maybe 2. I think it's pretty much 1 though. And
I just remember the last one.
Yeah, 3. It was 3.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. Here's my other issue that I had to point out, because I I find it funny because Vegas has found a way to dupe people, and I think people need to really think about this. I think that it's way too early to be talking about over and unders without knowing when we play our opponents. We know who we play, but when we play makes a huge difference. Like, say for example, like I picked us to beat the Eagles last year because we played on week 1. But had we played the Eagles in say week 10 or 11, no way in hell I'd have picked us to beat them. Right? Because I do believe that changes the way we do things. Right? And so when I look at Vegas and what Vegas is doing with talking about some 9 games over or under, I'm telling you, don't make no bets on that. Secondly, this talk about the Lions are the favorite to win the division. This is it looked like it should be that way, but I asked that question again. Have we done enough to stop mobile quarterbacks? And you're going to play 2 of them this year with Jordan Love and Fields. And you have to be able to stop those 2 in your division. And Fields already shown he can cause you a few problems. Love, on the other hand, is still, we don't know. But have you been able to do that? And so when I sit here and I look at this idea of us winning the division, that is concerning to me. Because most of the people that I see are not even picking them to win a division. Most of the people that I see are talking about it, are saying stuff like, they'll win 10 games or they'll win 11 games. But you get to pick and winning the division because Aaron Rodgers left? No, we got to be able to stop the run, which last time I checked, we have not done so good at. And we have to be able to stop the mobile quarterbacks. And that's why I asked that question earlier, because I knew I was going to lead into this. You know, how it goes. Down 19 says, Luke, let me ask you, did the Vikings got better? No. I think the Vikings did enough because they were preparing for this dump when they drafted all those people the year before. But I don't know if I can say they got better or not. I look more so at when we play a team versus who the team is. It says Vegas with the Lions at 9.5 plus wins, without knowing how healthy or not to. No, he will lose 3 games. He should win, and that's my thing. Like I don't get it. I just don't get it. I wouldn't do it. It says if Rodgers is traded, y'all going to win the division. Superstar props. Hey, appreciate it. I don't buy it.
So we swept him when he was here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't buy it. I think to me, we have to stop the run. We have to stop the run. Hey, we got Jalen Reed Maben to shadow. Man, stop playing with me. You almost had me cuss. I almost lost my face today. Don't do that. Don't do that, Mark. Don't do that. He had me ready to go in. But my question to you, gentlemen, who so bravely decided to join me, is to simply put one: are you buying the 9.5 mark for the wins in terms of over or under, and the idea that they're winning the division? Starting off with you, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm buying it. The Bears are trash. The Packers are in disarray, and the Vikings are mediocre. It's a team. We are the team with the young core. We've invested decently in free agency. We've got 5 draft picks coming up in the top 80. There's no reason we shouldn't be the best team in this division. We went 5-1 last year with that team, so you would expect to do just as well again. And you've got a very good home schedule. You know, I would expect us to sweep our home schedule with all the teams we're playing, and all you need is 3 wins on the road, and I can see that happening. So, yeah, I'm buying it, and I would be disappointed if we didn't reach it, because I want to see this team keep progressing. We are in year 3 now. We have expectations. I want to see them get into double figures, so I think it's very reasonable.
What say you, Titus Jones, the GOAT?
Yeah, I'm buying it for sure. I already bought it on the betting app.
Wait, did you for real?
I already bought it.
What you if you don't mind me asking, you ain't gotta give me the exact number, but roundabout.
What the odds were?
No. What did you put on it? Roundabout.
Just 100.
Okay, all right. That ain't a bad bet. I mean, if you buying it, I ain't mad at you.
I've done worse bets than that already. Those draft bets, crazy.
Oh my god! Shout out to my man Ben Diesel. He says, "Luke, you are the biggest hater of Brad Holmes. You talked about CJ for 1 minute and go on a rambling about a special teams player on a vet 1 year minimum deal for 20 minutes. Because every time somebody turns around and I ask why are we not adding people to the defense that are significant or impact players, I'm being told we don't got money. Well, voila, you bring back Nate Stubblefield. Great pickup, right? You bring back Jalen Reeves Maben. And not only did I praise Chauncey Gardner signing, I praised it and I talked about it for a significant amount of time because I was happy about it. The same way I was happy about the David Montgomery signing. When I even said that if it was me, I would move on from Jamal Williams. So this idea that I'm just this big hater of him is totally different. What I'm not is I'm not going to play the stand game with Brad Holmes and act like he's batting 1,000 since he's been a general manager. Now, shout out to my Woodward Sports Network family over there. But, you know, if you listen to them, they make it sound like he did nothing wrong. He has been exceptional. 100% grade A, hot, top of the line cocaine, as Adam would say, or as somebody else might point out, oh, he did nothing but great. But the reality is most of the times that if you're being objective, you can't say that. Because it's not just what you do in free agency. It's what trades you make. It's what you do in the draft. It's what acquisitions you make. How are you looking at contracts and who are you bringing in? And Jalen Reeves Maben is a waste of freaking money. Because guess what? If they cut him, it's dead money. The same way I pitched a bitch about us taking a receiver when you needed linebacker help. So yeah, if you think I'm a hater, that's fine. But I'm being objective and I'm being fair to him. And the only thing I'm doing is asking questions. If you think he's done a great job so far, kudos. Then you telling me that you believe that they're winning the division. You telling me that you believe that they're winning the playoff game. And if you're not telling me that, then I don't know what we're talking about here. You telling me that we're going to be able to stop the run. You telling me we're going to be able to stop mobile quarterbacks. And if you're not telling me that, I don't know what we're talking about here. But this idea that Brad Holmes has reinvented general manager and has been a godsend, it's cap. It's cap. And to those people who believe that, to those people who treat it like, oh, you just want to hate on Brad Holmes, no, I ask questions, fair questions that I believe should have an answer. Have we done enough to stop the run? Because while many people can point out that game from the Panthers, I can point out other games where teams ran it down our throat. So I'm just making that point to say, hey, y'all can say he did so great, but if you believe that everything he did so great, I would ask you to simply
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
it's just the reality. It's
I
just the
love
reality.
the haters, bro.
Luke got drops now.
Love how you
Damn, stepping up.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that there isn't things, but we're like praising shit like he just reinvented the wheel. Like, oh, I didn't know we can do that. Like, I'm making questions that I believe should be addressed. That's all I'm saying. Let me go down to my next person and ask them, are you buying it? Grizzy, are you buying that they're going to get 9.5 wins or more and that they're going to win a division? Are you buying it?
I don't gamble, but they better.
See, that's what I'm saying. To me, they should. It sounds good. I really thought that they would have won at least 10 games last year. They came close, but then when you look at it, at the end of the day, the one thing that I said I was afraid of and why I only gave them 10 was the defense, and it showed its ugly face. It just did. What say you, Gunner? You buying it? They get over 9.5 wins, or and if they win a division?
Yeah, I'm buying it.
Okay. I love the confidence. You said it real quick and swift. No real thought to it. I ain't mad at it.
I mean, they better win it.
I agree.
Got a rebuilding Bears team. Pat, we don't know what the hell is going on with Jordan Love. Jordan Love better not win MVP out of nowhere. I swear, we don't need a third quarterback from Green Bay winning. We don't need that. We need at least a decade of them having a trash QB.
Well, we're gonna see. Perry Ball says, Luke, how do you feel about the Lions not re-signing Shark? I think we've been fine. I think so too, and I think that it's absurd with everybody acting like, "Oh my God, we didn't bring him back, or we should have bring him back for what?" You drafted his replacement last year, 12th overall. What are we bringing him back for? Now, if you're gonna tell me he's not prepared, then why did you draft him 12th overall? Then you act like you forgot that we re-signed Josh Reynolds. You act like we don't got St. Brown. You act like Khalif Raymond didn't help this team at all last year. You act like we don't still have Quintez Cephas. And you act like we can't just draft another receiver in the later rounds. They come a dime a dozen. And to the people who want to jump on, I'm trying not to go there, Anthony, but I got to go there. To the people who want to jump on Jamison Williams' head because, oh, he liked the tweet. So what? There were bigger issues to get in there. You were all on board for that diva mentality when he ran his ass around the entire goddamn field, so I don't want to hear it now. You can't take these little isolated moments and turn them into these Mount Everest ideas. You can't do it. The same way all of a sudden a kid who's in a race with another kid, oh, all of a sudden he killed somebody. That's not what happened. That narrative was made by fans, not media.
Thank you, Luke.
Preach.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. We keep doing this. You get in a position to take a talent and you find every reason to talk yourself out of it. For what? You need talent. You need people that other people fear, that they game plan for. And when you sit there and act as if though, oh, well, this guy right here, he's a bad apple. You shoot yourselves in the foot. It just doesn't make sense. And in my opinion, if you're going to go out and say, well, he like, so what? I saw a tweet the other day of a little person who had the thickest thighs I've ever seen in my life. I liked it. You want to shame me for it? So what?
What happened? Can we get some background on the tweet? What tweet did he like?
It was a little person from one of the reality TV shows. I don't know her name. It was a light-skinned chick. Okay. And she had on like a certain outfit. And I was like, dang, that little person looks kind of nice.
Yeah, a little thumper.
You know, little dumpling. And then people looking at me weird. I'm like, now hold up. Really? That's the strange thing?
No, not you. What did J-Mo like?
Anthony,
I already know you'd probably be liking something.
Anthony, I'm gonna let Anthony explain the stupidity of this. It's so stupid.
Okay.
He liked a picture of Lamar Jackson in a Lions uniform. That's literally it. And
It's
it's
so
like,
stupid.
How old is J-Mo?
what,
21?
19? Well,
19.
early 20s? Early
He might
20s.
as
It's
well
like
be
19, 20?
He might as well be 19, even if he's 21. The
He's-
same shit.
And it's like, he's young.
He's young. He's a young
these
kid.
guys, he probably looks up to Lamar as like, someone, a quarterback he admires and what he's done in the league. And it's like, good God, man, he's like to tweet about him. And everyone's like, oh my God, he hates Detroit. He hates Jared Goff. He hates this. And it all goes back to last year. Oh, he didn't look good last year. He's like, Jesus Christ. He is a weapon. He is the receiver that we have not had for a decade. He is the guy that you pay to go and see because of the plays he makes. And it's like, support him. You actually have to go out your way to find all these little nitpicky things everyone's moaning about with him. And it's just like, it's so wrong. Just support him. Do it. All you're going to do with shit like this, looking at every Instagram post he likes, that is drive him out the door. And then everyone's going to moan and whinge that players don't want to play here. And I don't get it. J-Mo is our player. Screw it if he likes someone's picture on Instagram. I don't care. If he's out burning the fucking Bears secondary every week, I couldn't care less.
Right. And
Yeah, I couldn't care.
again, I got yelled at for saying, hey, I just happened to notice that when the ball's not going his way, he don't quite run his routes hard. And people's like, man, he's a rookie. Okay, I'll accept that, but don't turn around and be like, oh, he liking stuff. So what? So what? Half of y'all, based on what I've seen, if we sign Lamar Jackson, y'all gonna make him Tom Brady. Soon as it happens, I guarantee it, he's the greatest thing. You never knew that if you put flour with some yeast and some water, you can make bread. That's what y'all been doing with everything that's been happening with the Lions. And it's killing me softly. Y'all taking the smallest things and you're trying to dig deeper. And a lot of the times there's no need to dig into it. It just is what it is. If he's a fan of the quarterback, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but newsflash, there were a few times where he had to slow down on them routes to get a damn ball.
Yep.
And if I got speed like Randy Moss, put it in front of me and let me go get it. Calm down, people. Good grief. My man, Euro Jackson, he says, who in your 23 steal of the draft for me? Well, one person that I don't think get enough conversation and I think could be a steal is Nick Hampton, outside linebacker from Appalachian State. So I'm trying to think of the user who brought him to my attention. I got to think of his damn name. God, I got it written down on a piece of paper, but he brought this kid to my attention and I went to go look at it because I'm like, Appalachian State.
He said,
like
some
I'm like, okay,
him that tone.
yeah, because I'm trying to think to myself, like, who the hell do they play? But don't judge the school. What I do know is when you do certain things that stands out, it's hard to overlook. And that man had 7 sacks last year. Now, just stay with me. He had 7 sacks last year, 11 tackles for a loss. And then on top of that, he still had 3 forced fumbles, 39 total tackles, right? He played in 9 games. The year before that, in 2021, 11 sacks, 19 tackles for a loss, 69 total tackles. This man literally has 25 and a half sacks in his Appalachian State career. Right? This man has over 40 tackles for a loss and 6 forced fumbles. Yeah, I think I can get with that. You talking from like 3rd round on now? You talking from maybe even 4th? Yeah, I can get with a guy like him. So now, Anthony, I don't know if you familiar, but you watch so much goddamn college football, it's ridiculous. You familiar with him? Are you?
Yeah, because I watched a lot of Demetrius Taylor, who, by the way, had about 50 tackles for loss and 30 sacks for Appalachian State, and he's on our practice squad.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Yeah, but here's my point. He said a late steal. I believe that Demetrius Taylor was not used right.
Yeah, no, I do. I love Demetrius Taylor. The thing with Nick Hampton is that they're saying he's going to move to linebacker, so he won't be an edge for you. They're going to move him to outside linebacker.
That's fine. That's where I would put him at. Let him run up there, and I would blitz him. Enjoy Detroit. He says, Luke, to stop the run, we need your boy Mazzy. Now, okay, all right.
He's like, all right, that's enough. Stream's over.
I'm going one time and one time only. I want y'all to listen clearly. No.
Nah, we need the Luke Mozzie Smith film breakdown.
I showed it up. This dude is not what. You know what? No. That's how I'm gonna no. D-Map Zoom was in the back. I gotta get you back in here, brother. Come on, where you at? I was just for to bring you in and you dipped on me. But no, I can't. Anthony Miller, linebacker from Jackson State. I only seen 2 games of his. It wasn't a huge sample for me, and they still haven't figured out how to get good quality film. And I can't find anything out of what I found in terms of the broadcast. So, yeah, I have no opinion of him. I have no opinion of him. I didn't see anything. App State is a beautiful. Don't hate on. I'm just saying, bro. Who they play? Who they play? Who's the team that they playing? TA, nothing but love for you, bro. But we getting Simpson or Campbell, guaranteed. Hey, I hope we do. I hope we do. And I agree with you, TA. The linebackers are still suspect, in my opinion. Again, this is why I asked the question: did we do enough? That's all I wanted to know. Did we do enough? And that's just the reality of it. Don't go back to the old video. Uh-oh. Yeah, hey, listen, I'm trying not to. Let me see. We got, let me see. Superstar Prop says, what's the rumor on who y'all taking in the first round? Right now, they are all scrambled. I've heard Anthony Richardson. I've heard Jalen Carter. I've heard Ness. I've heard that goddamn receiver. God, what's his name?
Johnson? The TCU one?
Yeah, him. I've heard him. I've heard so much. It's all over the place with the rumors on who we're gonna take. In my opinion, if they sign Calais Campbell, we're taking a quarterback. And I for one would not be upset with it. Now, if it's Anthony Richardson, I take that back.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm okay.
Don't do it, Luke.
I've learned to control the temper. That's what I'm gonna say. Luke, what you think of Henley? The line? Oh, I like him. I like him a lot.
I like him from Washington State, right?
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny because he's one of the guys that I'm working on the film on. I know Anthony's been blowing it up. Like, look, this is a guy that you want. He's a guy that I think you can get in the second round. May slip to the third. I doubt it, but I think you can definitely obtain him in the second round. And I think he would be an upgrade over all our linebackers. I just hate to say the truth. Just in my opinion. I like the player a lot. Jack Frost, it says Mazzy is trash. Lions fans just want him because he went to Michigan. I said no. I'm trying to be, because if I say anything about Michigan, I'm gonna get hate mail, and I don't want it. I don't want the smoke. Let me see. We need D tackle linebacker to stop the run. Tell me about it. Bro, this show keeps me laughing. I'm just telling the truth, bro. I'm trying my best to just tell the truth. Luke, didn't the Eagles have 6 D tackles? Now, I know what you're trying to do, but watch this. Anthony, are we the Eagles?
No.
Gunner, are we the Eagles?
No.
Grizzy, are we the Eagles?
Oh no.
The GOAT, are we the Eagles?
No.
Why the fuck do I care if they had 6? I don't care what they did. We don't even play like them. I don't care. We're not the Eagles. We're the Lions. And at this point, you can't be having 6 players when you got glaring holes that can be filled. You need another guard. You need another interior guy. You need linebackers. You need a cornerback. And spare me this talk about Mosley bullshit. Please. Please. Acting like he just came. I'm telling you, I don't get it. I want the holes filled. And I'm talking about a late orgy in the back of a New York Ellie for $5 filled. Fill them up. Because at the end of the day, When I look up and I see teams coming out and they are able to run the ball on us, I get disgusted. So you can run on us and make deep passes? Excellent. So no. I'm yeah, we need it. We need help. We need help in a lot of areas. Lions talk taking Boyles as the no, we not. You can keep that. He's there for your Bears, Val. You take him, okay, and keep him with them damn Bears. Then again, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what's worse, Tim Boyle or Nate Studfield.
You've got to forgive the Bears fans, Luke. They don't know what a good quarterback looks like.
You're right. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. They still say McMahon is the GOAT, so I get it. I know I'm gonna get yelled at for that later. Mazzy ain't Hutch just on the Afro standpoint alone. Man, he don't even show. Bro, I did a whole video on live, bro, where he wasn't even trying to get off a block. He literally was just like accidentally letting stuff come to him and still messing up. And I'm just like, all right, cool. You take up space, but I need more than that.
When did the Baylor dude, the Baylor D tackle that got manhandled by a running back?
Man, don't even get me started. And remember, I got yelled at for showing that. That's not, but you got to put it in context. I'm like, there is the context. He got handled. There it is. All right. So I'm just putting it out there. Let me see. Let me make sure I ain't miss nobody, people. I want to make sure I hit on everything. Cause I don't want to miss my time. I got to be careful these days. Luke going to Goodwill with the $5 fill 'em up bag. That's right. That's right. I'm trying to get her done. Let's see. The Eagles had 70 sacks, so yeah, I guess the Lions ain't the Eagles. Talk to me about it. You don't even want to get me started on the goddamn sacks. Do y'all like Drew Sanders, the linebacker? I do. Do I like him enough to take him in the first round? No. I see some people, but we can get him at 18, or we can wait to see if he makes it to the second round. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna miss out on something if Drew Sanders is gone.
I just don't see him taking a linebacker on day 1 or 2.
Oh, me neither. That's not his MO. He won't.
So we need a linebacker for 3 years. He waited till the day 3 to get one. Both years.
He wants a person who's a captain with a blown out knee. The GOAT. Am I wrong? If you go through and look at his picks, have they not all been damaged goods?
This guy said he wants a team captain with a blown out
with
knee.
a blown out knee. If you got those two traits, you are legit a lion. I'm telling you. In fact, I've been encouraging our fan base to go out there and blow that knee out. You're gonna make the squad.
Wait, was Brian Brise a captain? The Clemson D tackle, was he a captain? He was injured, right? Oh man.
Yep. He's a captain.
It's not that bad. Brad Holmes is actually very good at his job.
And I'm not saying he is, but they act like I can't question nothing he do.
Oh, you have everyone. If you go to Woodward Sports, that's just straight snorting Kool-Aid. Those guys don't give you no information, just straight hyping. Luke actually questions stuff. You know, gives you a little bit of water to your Kool-Aid. Don't catch diabetes. He's helping you guys live longer.
People.
Yeah, yeah. He's looking at shit objectively. Yeah.
You know,
at least we're having conversations.
Nah said, so Luke, do you not like Brad Holmes? I like Brad Holmes. However, it would be disingenuous of me to act as if though everything he does great. And one of the reasons I showed you the fan poll of approval was to say, hey, everybody had that same feeling for Quinn until a few years down the road it didn't work out, or you know what I'm saying. And I already know what's going to happen. They're going to turn right around, and as soon as something go left or go right, they're going to set it up and say fire Dan Campbell. Meanwhile, your offense is still going to be firing on all cylinders. And you don't fire coaches when their side of the ball performs. You just don't. But my issue with Brad Holmes is again, we're 5 years into this thing, and guess what? I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? I just can't tell you where we at with this thing. In terms of the defense. That was the weakest part of this team under Matt Patricia, which is why he got fired. Not only was your team not performing, not only was you alienating people, but you're supposed to be a defensive guru, and our defense sucks. You're getting embarrassed day in and day out every time we step on the field. And that wasn't happening with him. But instead, other media outlets promote this stuff to say, you know what, this guy got to go. He's a bonehead and so forth and so on. Like, come on. That's all I'm trying to point out. Yeah, this right here can't happen. And again, don't get me wrong, Calais Campbell is old.
836.
But he can still help you
Help
in a
what?
lot of ways. He can still help you. My problem is if you go out and sign him, I think you might as well get ready to take a quarterback at 6. Which is even more scary because this is another point that I thought about just now. If they take a quarterback at 6, you know what's coming at 18.
Not the receiver to go with them.
Or another position that they say you can't take in the first round. That we just
Darnell
traded.
Washington, tight end. Yeah,
And
you
that's
know
what
it.
I
You
think
know
that-
it. Yeah,
Yep.
QB and Darnell. I was just thinking that. Everyone gonna
Yep.
be mad.
Yeah, because you think about it, right? With Darnell Washington, he's a blocker, right? And he's a big target for him. He ain't gonna get you a whole lot of yards after the catch, but he's so freaking tall. He looks like a damn lineman. And I think that you gotta look at all possibilities with this general manager.
Not just a general manager. We love running that 6 offensive lineman with him in there, and he could actually run up the seam and just Gronk on people. Oh, it might be dirty.
The only reason I didn't do the fire Aaron Glenn chant last year is because I couldn't really tell you what he had that would justify me saying you got too much talent to be not performing. You literally had guys picked up off the street who was working in grocery stores. So, yeah, can't do that. Crazy part is Stafford was better as a Lion than every quarterback that ever has played for the Teddy Bears. This is true.
Truth.
This is true. AR-15 at 6 and Hooker at 18. Whoa.
Dude, 2 quarterbacks.
They draft 2 quarterbacks, Craig. And I can tell you right now, you think Brad Home approval rate gonna take a hit? It's just go ahead and dead it. Let me hit one more topic and then we get up out of here. I gotta hit this one good last topic because I need to address a lot in a short period of time, and then I gotta finish working on my other videos, that I need to put out. I'm trying to do something different, people, with the film studies. I'm trying to make them shorter. Because when I went into full detail and do like a 20-something minute video breaking down piece by piece, people was watching on average about 8 to 10 minutes. And my diehards will watch the whole video, but I wanted to figure out a way to make it shorter and condense it. So that's what I'm working on right now as we do it. I got to talk about this latest news, which is the Lions is going to open the preseason with a joint practice with the Giants. Can we stop this shit? Seriously. Can we stop this? I'm not saying that joint practices aren't good. I'm not saying that joint practices aren't a thing. But can we stop this? I know you're trying to create competition. You're trying to scout other guys off of the other team. I get all that stuff. That's cute. But can we just worry about our house? Seriously. Let's just worry about our house. I don't want to do joint practices. I just don't. Because the same thing you think you're doing to them, they're doing to you. And there's some people that I just rather other teams not really pay attention to. They just are. And I don't like the idea of doing a joint practice. I just need a year for us to just focus on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, just focus on us. Let's do the practice with ourselves, and when we go to the preseason game, then you'll see what you got. But I know it's not that big of a deal to many of y'all, but I'm tired of the joint practices. I really am. What are your thoughts on that? Crazy. You the joint practice, are you happy about this? I'm like, what's the benefit? Like, I at this point, for real. Wait. Black Spirit make a very good point. Maybe the Giants really, really love Will Harris. You know what? Now that you say that, joint practices is good for me. I'm good now. Because if the Giants take Will Harris, I'm excited. What are your thoughts on this, Anthony?
Yeah, well, my thoughts are you get to see Jared Davis again. Sorry, Luke, I had to.
You know what? I see you woke up and chose violence today, but that's what I stand. Listen, I think he's a very good player, and I think given the right chance, he's going to play well. And I think, watch, we're going to be hearing his name, and we're going to try to figure out why he's performing over there and didn't perform here.
I mean, as for the whole joint practice thing, I kind of like him. We went and kicked the Colts' ass last year, and look how bad a season they had. We're going to assert dominance over another team. Starters, you mean to go on? And it's the Giants, isn't it? We kicked their ass last year. We can do it again.
Well, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Okay, that's a fair point. What say you, Gunner?
I don't really care. I don't think it matters that much, to be honest.
And again, for me, Luke, when you bring you know what? Let me address this. Luke, when you gonna bring the film study videos back? Real soon. So what I did was I just made a bunch of them, and then I'm gonna just set them to release, and then I'm trying to make them short. That's the problem. Making them short so that people can get the information that they need in the shortest frame of time possible. And so I figure I'll do that. In the past, what I would do is take like 4 or 5 of their games, two of their best and 2 of their worst, and I would chop those up and show the good, the bad, and the ugly. This time, I'm gonna kind of make them a little bit short to show the good, the bad, and the ugly on things that I noticed as a habit. Like, for example, in one of the videos that I did with Christian Gonzalez, I don't think I ever seen somebody so confident that they show signs like they don't need to do the small things, and it annoys the fuck out of me. It just, I'm watching him like literally run with receivers and just like, I'm so good, there's just nothing you can do. And they throw the ball, he just throws a hand up, and the ball just accidentally hits him. He's like, yeah. But the whole time he's face guarding the shit out of the goddamn receiver. And I'm thinking, technique makes a difference. Or like when I look at the Drew Sanders video and I'm watching him hit gaps that I'm not sure why he's going there. like, what's the plan? The play's not there. Why are you doing this? Or when I'm looking at Mazzy and trying to figure out why y'all are forcing me to look at his tape. If you want to see the Mazzy's tape, go and find any statue anywhere and just stare at it. Because that's what you're going to get. A guy who doesn't do much of nothing. He's just there. So that's what the problem is. I'm just trying to figure out how to shorten the videos up. All right. Let me see. We'll be hearing his name back on the practice squad. He had plenty of chances, Luke. I feel you. Y'all gonna leave my guy alone. Anthony, look what you done started. Got the people talking about a good player. Damn it.
Hey, don't blame me.
Somebody can take the damn blame. What say you, the goat? Did I lose you?
Oh, what was the question?
I said, what are your thoughts on these joint practice? Are you tired of them? You cool with them? I'm exhausted with them.
Oh yeah. I'm not mad at it. I think it's good competition for the boys right before the season starts, and get to see who's better, Saquon or Bijan. We also get to scout Kenny Golladay, so it's all good.
And he gone.
Oh, he left?
Yeah, they cut his ass. They said no. He another person who overplayed his hand and played himself. He truly played himself like nobody's business.
He was terrible.
We offered the same contract.
No way. Did we?
Yeah.
Oh my.
We offered the same contract, and he chose to go to a bigger market, and it just did not go the way he saw it going.
Everything happens for a reason.
Hey, praise the Lord, saints, right?
Yep.
All right. Last question of the day, good people, before I get into the final thoughts. It is a simple one. It's a fun one. Because I think what I want to do tomorrow is something that I've been waiting to do, which is I'm going to do draft versus draft, mock draft style. So basically what's going to happen is you'll be allowed to come on and we will literally draft our first 2 picks. I have some rules set up that's going to make it a little bit more challenging. And what will happen is the people in the chat will be the ones to grade our drafts against it. I'm essentially going against all of you, and I'm going to do it almost elimination style. Now, I don't expect to win out one goddamn draft because I know people are going to think I'm crazy. But if I do, then I go on. If I lose, the next person comes up. And if nobody comes up, then I would then redraft against that person again. So that's the thing. But how does that lead into my next question, which is very simple? We got a date for the Detroit Lions draft here in Detroit. Okay? And I don't think I've ever been so excited in my life. I've literally already put my time in. I told the supervisor, she's like, you can't do that, it's too early. I said, don't worry about it. Just know that I'm going to send you an email every month reminding you that I'm not coming in that whole week. Just know that. Okay. I plan to be a designated driver and enjoy the festivities. Right? That's my plan. My question to you, gentlemen, is this: who's going to the goddamn draft in 2024 in Detroit? Gunner, you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to make the trip back up to Detroit. I gotta see that.
Listen, it's an event that you have to understand is probably not going to happen.
Yeah, ain't gonna have my lifetime ever again.
It says, I can't wait to see who you blindly pick on Friday, Luke. That's I don't know if it's gonna be blind, but I got a few ideas. Luke G, are you going to break down film on Diamond in the Rough steals of the draft? I don't know. That would be a good video. I guess it would, wouldn't it? I guess that would be a good video. Yeah. What about you, Anthony? You think you're gonna be able to make the trip? I know you got a little bit more of a further what's the word? Travel to get there, but are you planning on making it to that trip?
Oh yeah, we're coming over, so I'm flying over an ocean, so none of y'all have any excuse to not be there. So I'll be there. Hey,
listen, I will. I'm have to find you. I'm gonna have to find y'all. I'm gonna find you all, and we can go out. I would love to say I will buy you a beer, but I don't know what good beer is. I don't drink, so I don't know.
If you're looking for me, Luke, just remember, just find the slightly less better looking version of yourself. And
this is true. This is true. I mean, but you look much better though. You got the beard going, it connects and everything, and I just got a goatee. It's not the best, right? Let's go to the GOAT. I see you in the back, John. I got you. I'm finna bring you up. The GOAT, are you going to the draft? I need to know in the chat too. In the chat, are you going to the draft?
Just like Anthony said, no excuses. I'm from Toronto. I only been to one Lions game, but for sure pulling up for the draft. No excuses.
You mean to tell me I'm over here in Canada? Oh man,
yeah,
I'm feeling special now. Stop playing with me.
Yeah,
first
got worldwide
UK,
fans.
Canada?
Luke's international.
Hey, I'm loving it. I appreciate it. It says super like football. You be good slaves and the kings of America. What? What that mean? I have no clue what that is. That's probably just a troll. My moderators, please handle that. That's how you handle that real quick. Just please handle that. Snuff that one out quickly. I have no clue where they're going with that. Greasy, you back? Did Greasy go to sleep?
I've been hearing that. I don't want to say nothing, but that's how I feel like.
I think Greasy got high and went to sleep on me. I don't know. Let me bring in my man John Cap before we jump up out of here. John, what do you got for the people today?
Oh, as soon as I find out ticket prices, my ass is paying. I don't know if it's going to be like that episode of Big Bang Theory where they're all clicking buy ticket, buy ticket, buy ticket. But if I have to take the day off of work to be on good internet and click, click, click like a psychomaniac, I'm getting me tickets to be there.
Hey, I'm with it. We got Niagara Falls, Canada. Oh my God! Hey, that's one of my favorite vacation spots. I don't think I absolutely love Niagara Falls. You would have thought that seeing waterfall over so much would not be so entertaining, but it is the most enchanting place ever, and I absolutely love it there. And we usually go there yearly, because we like it so much. But man, that's what's up. Appreciate that. I like that. Niagara Falls is in the building. Shout out to y'all. First of all, shout out to Mike to knowing the greasy F baby like Wheezy F baby. Please say the baby. I picked out what you did. It's first come, first serve for the NFL draft. I just want to be near it, right? I just want to be near it because I have a strange feeling that who we take next year is going to be something so special that people are going to be shocked that we did it. So that's why I just want to be next to it. John, what do you got for me before we get out of here?
As always, I like to come and last minute just pop my face in, be like, remember me, I exist. Not really, but
John, you still got time to put. First of all, I don't know how the hell you are able to ride a bike, have a full conversation, look at the screen, look up, keep riding the bike, avoid cars, and we in Michigan. These people can't drive here, man.
Yeah, see, I upgraded to a car, so now I can't be doing that. But once it gets warmer,
Uh-oh.
we'll go back to that. We'll go back to the biking podcasts, whatnot.
Hey, well, congratulations on the car, sir.
Thank you. It's nice. I'm gonna go off of football for a minute, kind of onto your opening, how you open the show. There's an incident, I guess, at the church where someone was offended by something, and they decided to shoot some kids, shoot some adults. If you're feeling some sort of way about yourself, about other people, talk. I don't care to who it is. I'm here. Luke's here. Grab a stranger. If you're feeling some sort of way, you want to hurt yourself, hurt someone else.
Yeah.
It's a bad moment. It's not a bad life. We much rather talk and work these things out. And if you need me to call you, if your pronoun's a Hot Pocket, I will call you Mr. or Mrs. Hot Pocket. It is not worth shooting people over. Talk to us.
Yeah, it's one of them things for me where, the Sandy Hook still bothers me. As a father.
He said on the Woodward Sports Talk show today, Adam was very fired up about this. Now we're killing kids. Oh boy, I seen Adam ticked off, and granted he's fasting, so he's gonna be ticked. But man, I thought Adam Baydoun was gonna reach through a screen and slap someone when we started talking about kids being killed. And I don't blame him. But if you're feeling some sort of way, talk about it.
Yeah, it's just one of them things where, we shouldn't have to have those conversations, and I hate, like I said, I stay away from the politics and stuff, but I made the message clear on what I was focusing on. So it is what it is. But Valerie would like to tell you congratulations on the car, John. So shout out to that.
Thank you, Val.
Ed W says, "What's your Twitter feed?" It's Luke G FR. Yep, Luke G's FR. And if you just type in the Luke G's film review whole name, it'll still pop up too. And I do respond to my stuff. I also respond to Instagram. In fact, let me see if I can still have it up. And then that way you can have the information for there. Boom. There it is. See?
Hey.
Ask and you shall receive. Right? So
you on all of them?
Well, yeah. Well, that they get the Discord, you got your Gmail, you got your YouTube, you got your Twitter, you got your Instagram, and I respond to it. I respond to people, right? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's not gonna be the fastest, but I definitely respond.
I tell you, we've had some conversations. He responds.
Yeah. So yeah. But if you're trying to figure out how to connect with me, 100%, there it is. And again, I'm done trying to lead people to the water. I'm going to ask you a question and let you answer your own question and get to the answer. Everything is going to start with these two men here, gentlemen. Everything we do is going to start with them. And the moment that we start to understand that, the moment that we start to realize that, is when everything else gets solved. This idea that Luke just hates Brad Holmes is not true. I just don't think that Brad Holmes has been 100% silver bullet clean. That's the difference. If you do, more power to you. I do not. You know what I mean? So just putting it out there. But let's get to the final thoughts, good people. John, you came in a little late. I'll let you go first on your final thoughts, and then we get up out of here. I got a good one today, a good message.
Oh man, final thoughts. Loving what the Lions are doing. Brad Holmes has said we're possibly not done in free agency. So does that mean we bring in a Calais Campbell maybe to mentor Jalen Carter? We draft him. Well, stay tuned. Same bat channel, same bat time, people. Every day. Lions. Live it, love it. It's going to be a good year this year.
All right, okay. My newest guest, and I hope he returns, my man Titus Young, the GOAT. Give the people your final thoughts, man. I was happy to have you. You came in stirring up drama with Grizzy. Grizzy came in and stirred the pot first, but you definitely added your spark to it, and I appreciate
had to. When
it.
he started talking crazy, I was like, no, it's time to jump in. That was it.
You said at that point it was just too much.
But yeah, love the show, Luke. Appreciate you for having me. It's draft season. I'm hype. I'm along for the ride, whatever Brad Holmes wants to do. Shout out Anthony and the guys over there at Row of the Lions. Shout out Ryan and those guys. They do a great job tuning to those guys. You don't know how much those 2.5 hour podcasts be helping me get through work. You don't know.
Shout out to that. Shout out to that.
Shout out to you. That's it.
Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, we over our 2 hours. I was trying to keep it close, but we over it a little bit. But that's cool. You know, but I'm glad that people are appreciating what we're doing. You know, content creators that's talking about this team and try to give it to you objectively. And to me, what Roar the Lions, you know, UK do is, I don't understand how they're not at 20,000 subscribers. Like, people don't understand how much more energy has to go into being into a whole nother country and still be able to not miss a beat on any goddamn news. And I know we got internet, but to understand the dedication to do it, you got to also understand that they're watching our sports teams and our games at some strange times. Like, if it's 1 o'clock here in Detroit, Anthony, what time is it where you are at home?
I was just about to ask.
6.
6
in the morning or at night?
We're 5 hours in front of you there.
5
so.
hours. Okay, so cool. So you talk about 6 p.m. in that regard, and
that's if that's a 1 o'clock game.
Imagine
if we get a prime time game. That's like what, 3 in the morning?
They kick off at 1:20 in the morning here.
And so to have that level of that, and it's not just that, it's the college games. Like, I don't even know how, like, you know, he be having games that I be listening to the shows and I'd be like, how in the hell did he have?
And there's a good chance we get to the playoffs. We could be a prime time game. So you're going to be up at 1 in the morning, Anthony.
And he's going to be happy as hell.
It's worth it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
All right,
with that dedication, I will buy you your beers at the draft, sir.
Appreciate it.
Gunner, what are your final thoughts for the people?
Listen, man, I love what you do with the show and stuff. This is like the first year in a minute where I don't know what the hell we're doing. I know you're saying quarterback and all that, but
if they take Calais Campbell, I think we're going quarterback.
I don't know. It's like the 1 year where I really don't know what the hell they're doing. But I'm excited nonetheless.
Hey, as long as we don't know, we hope everybody else don't know. It creates more opportunities for us to get a trade. And last but certainly not least, I'm gonna see if my man Grizzy bet. Let me see. Hold on, before I say that. Hold on, Grizzy.
What up?
I think you dozed off on me, bro. I'm not saying you did.
No, I ain't dozed off on you.
Okay, I was looking for you. Mike tried to let Lou G that you had his back today, and he shot me down. Look, Mike, I heard about the fake account. I was like, what are they talking about? And I didn't realize it was Mike. They was like, man, he was saying some silly stuff and it was having fun. I was like, that definitely wasn't me. I do that, but I don't know who it was. And I didn't put 2 and 2 together that it was Mike. I'm so slow. Shame on me. Shame on me. But yeah, no disrespect. Shout out to Mike. Mike over there doing his thing, handling his business. I appreciate what he's out there knocking down. Him and TA's handling their business, getting it in. Grizzy, give the people your final thoughts, sir.
To complete this defense, we need a linebacker.
You make nothing. Say less. say less. All right. And last but certainly not least, my handsome brother and all my family over there over in the UK. Let the people know your final thoughts of the day.
As always, thanks always, Luke. You know, I love coming on these shows. They're one of my favorite parts of the week. I want to ask with a question to you, if I may, because
Go ahead.
There is a topic that we have avoided this evening, and I know me, the panel, and the chat would love to know about this.
Mm-hmm.
Has the little one stopped kicking your ass at all those games yet?
You know what? Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Pokemon, baby.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't get real good in that little Pokemon game. I'm on his head on that one. But that goddamn Smash Brothers, I don't know what's going on with that. That game is a different beast.
That in a minute.
He has destroyed me mercifully, like in Smash Brothers. So now
what do you use?
I like playing with Kirby or the chick from Metroid. Simon,
okay,
and he plays with everybody.
I thought maybe it was a Link kind of guy. Link's got the sword, so Link's got a little length.
No, he plays with everybody, and it's rough. It's the other day. I'm not gonna lie. The other day he beat me so bad that I literally just got up. I walked outside for a minute. I cursed a few times, and I came back in. I was like, "Good job, son. Good job." But in my head, I was thinking like, "This is bullshit. Where did this come from?" How did I lose? So yeah, he's
Send him my way for a Friday night. I'll come over with some popcorn and some pizza.
Dude, his hand-eye coordination is
got him.
off the charts.
I'm a 12-year-old inside, so I got all that hand coordination. It's all good. I'll whoop him for you. I got you, Luke.
Hey, appreciate it. But listen, I got a good message today because I think that sometimes you need to pick me up, and I realize something that's something. But today's positive quote comes from me. Food has an expiration date. Paper has an expiration date. Tires have an expiration date. And you know what else has an expiration date? Loyalty. Loyalty has an expiration date. And it's about time that we decided to exercise the expiration date on this loyalty with some people in our lives. You see, I had to learn that it's not that I don't. Let me make sure I get this right. It's not that I want to just get rid of people. It's just that I need to get rid of people who are not for me. And some of you are dealing with people who you know are not for you. Some of you are dealing with people who you know are not trying to help you become a better version of yourself. They just simply want to see where you become something, and they're hoping for the worst. And this is what I discovered, that when I walk away, I'm not walking away to teach a person a lesson. I'm walking away because I finally learned mine. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Learn your lesson and walk away from some of these people. Some of these people who don't know how to accept your friendship. Some of the people that don't know how to accept your kindness. Some of these people that don't know what it's like to just tell you good job because they need to tell you what they wouldn't do. They need to be told you have an expiration date. You see, when you put the time on there and you put the stamp out there for a person to let them know that what you do is not unlimited. What you do does not come without a condition, then all of a sudden you start to realize that guess what? The expiration dates are real. And some people need to be exited ASAP. Some people need to be expired immediately. Let them go take that energy to somebody else. But the best part is this. The best part is this. Once you discover these people, once you discover who they are and you put them on that clock and you say, you know what, your time is up, watch how they come back more humble than ever. Because now they need to figure out a new way and a new angle to get in on you. Do not be tricked, people. Your loyalty is a gift. And those who appreciate the gift will never betray it. Those who appreciate that moment will hold on to it like it's their life, like it's their last breath. Find somebody who eyes light up when they see you and tell yourself that you deserve it and just you are worthy. And if you don't find somebody like that, well, in the meantime, keep it pushing because there's no greater cheerleader than yourself. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Get ready for tomorrow because we are doing draft versus draft tomorrow on the mock draft. I'm not doing the PFF mock draft thing because I hate theirs and it's too much complexity going on with it. And everybody, their mama want to trade 187 times and it's ridiculous.
They paywalled theirs too, so you can't do more than 2 rounds.
Even with the paywall, there's a way around it if there's a will. That's all I'm going to say. If there's a will, there's a way. But
right.
Luke be hating on Brad Holmes for real. Brad Holmes is the best GM in franchise. Stop. It's been 2 years. How in the fuck is he the best GM in franchise history in 2 years? Come on. Luke be like, nope. True. What about come on?
Best GM.
2 years.
Things. Didn't we say it takes 3 years? This is year 3. Oh shit.
Man, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Shout out to everybody who showed up today. Hit that like, subscribe, notification button. If you don't do nothing else, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.